shards, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Treading on, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory, heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud, future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with AI, up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies, on the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts, midnight glory. Sanctuary in awe, it's blending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight, push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the stream. How are y'all doing today? All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everything all typed up in here. So great to see you guys. Man, I am so happy. I'm going to tell you guys, I've been watching the numbers every single day. And boy, oh boy, Neon stream and Brad stream have been growing like crazy. I'm gonna tell you, Brad's evening stream, first of all, Neon's afternoon stream is getting numbers bigger than I got in the afternoon. That's crazy. Appreciate all guys showing up in the afternoon, supporting. Means a whole lot. Brad's evening stream is getting almost as much views as we get here in the morning. There's a huge community up there. So I've been thinking lately, I might open the doors. I've been talking to some people about opening up the London session. This might be something we'll do sooner rather than later. This has turned out to be a huge success. Seeing all the numbers that we're getting and stuff. And I think that I might open a London sesh pretty soon. What time is Brad on? Right at the Asia sesh. So 7 p.m. Eastern. It's been great. Yeah, it's been like super great. Anywho, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I've been thinking about opening the London sesh sooner rather than later, like maybe this month. I'm talking to some people right now about it. Why not? Might as well get a fourth. Like my whole vision of having streaming around the clock. You know, So another thing is I've been talking to just about, you know, every prop firm CEO and stuff in town. We're going to start opening up my stream to having guests on more often, like the new phase when we do, you know, the prop scoring website. The beta is officially out. If you guys want to be part of the beta, you have to be part of the Rocket Scooter community, meaning that you had to either in our boot camp or you're using our software or whatever, you're in our Discord. The Zoom call channel has another Discord link and the link to the website. Two things. Number one, don't share that website link anywhere. Keep it private still for now. It's a closed beta. We don't want the public to join just yet till we work out all the bugs, right? So this is just for you guys in the community. Everybody that's in Rocket Scooter, you can go play at the prop website now. I did a demonstration yesterday. Maybe I'll do another one in a week or so. But the beta is pretty simple. Have fun with it. Jump in. We have 10 of the props in there out of the 50. We're not putting everybody in there until the end of this portion of the beta. This should all be done before we actually launched early April. The goal of the beta is to go through there, try to break it, try to find bugs, play with it, see what happens, go to every angle, look at everything, find misspellings, find things with the AI, you know, text is weird because we have some AI analysis, all kind of stuff. And then there's a patched or sort of like a little in that Discord, there's a place for you to like post a picture of a bug and then detail it. There's examples in there. When you get there, it's self-explanatory. Or a wish list, like, hey, it'd be cool if we did this, or I like this idea, or hey, this would be awesome if you did that. Right? Wish list is what we want to see too, more than anything, because we want to take that information and just basically take the ideas that we have and make it even cooler. So currently right now, the beta allows you to do a couple of things: rank the props, rank the accounts, filter them by all the different factors. Also type in your own stats preliminarily, your win rate, R&R, and all that stuff, and then it changes score based on your stats. Tells you which props are the worst, the best, the hardest, the easiest, best ROI, whatever, all in one go. And you can also compare two props side by side to see, you know, choice A or B based on if they have a deal or not. So that's going on right now. This is gonna be crazy. Like, this is such a fun thing that we've built. This is gonna be a brand new Discord. Now, here's a good thing. This might be good news for some of you guys. If you don't have a trading Discord to call home, please call this one home when we have it launched to the public. It's gonna be, you know, Rocket Scooter has its own Discord themed around the Rocket Scooter tools and trading. A lot of you guys watch the stream that don't use the software or whatever, and you don't have anywhere to chill with some really high quality, top tier traders. This will be a free public Discord for everybody to talk trading, talk props, talk whatever. So it's gonna be a second Discord we'll be running, and you guys are welcome to join that when we announce it in less than a month. So, yeah. And, oh yeah, and the prop CEO things. I've been talking to every prop CEO in town. Let me tell you, they love what we're doing. It seems, I thought people would be like a little hesitant, right? Here's basically the conversation I've had with some people. It's been, you know, hey, we're doing this. It's a math ranked site, helps customers find a prop that matches them. You know, it's not a pay for play. Nobody can pay for rankings. It's not just listing my favorites, not listing my favorites. It's everybody listed equally. And they were like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I'm like, really? Like, you can't imagine these aggregate prop sites are like, basically, like, you can't even get a human on the line. He's like, you know, it's some guy on a computer in freaking Bangladesh or something, and it's not even American citizen, and it's just somebody that the AI whipped up something, they scrape the data and they publish it, and then they go out there and they bribe all these people like, hey, I won't list you if you don't give me money, sort of thing. Apparently that's what they all do. All of these little sites out there do that. They're all very kind of shady, kind of blackmailing. None of them are like just an honest capture. So you can't trust any of them. According to some prop CEOs, they actually can't stand a lot of the sites out there. It's very much like, this is just, it's just becoming a problem. They're like, you know, we like you, we like what you're doing, we think it's great, we know you're gonna have some integrity, and it's gonna bring some fairness to the space, because that's what we're really asking for. We want everybody to be able to, you know, see things fairly. You know, these big budget firms are out there paying all this money to get ranked on all these sites, because they're basically being told, if you don't give me money, I'm gonna rank you bad. And I'm just like, or I'm gonna say something bad about you. And I'm like, wow, that is exactly what I thought was going on. So believe it or not, the reception from the prop space has been fantastic. Not only that, I'm going to have a segment now where I bring prop CEOs on the show as often as I can to have them talk about new stuff and bring new stuff to the table, just to give you guys more, you know, stuff related to that industry for y'all. So, they have annual awards that pay them whoever pays the most. Yeah, and you would think that they're just like run by you know, some influencer, some trader. I mean, every influencer and traders jumped on the bandwagon, but the ones that are making all this money, they're not even from America, dude. They're just some person that's not even connected to the prop space that just saw an opportunity, not even a trader, you know? I was surprised to see. I'm like, yeah, who runs these big sites out there that you know, they're like, we don't even know, man. Can't even get them on the phone. And it's like alarming to me how the industry has just become this weird paid for play stuff. Anyways, your email or X, Average Jack. Yo, hey bro, what's up? I saw your post. I was reading it this morning. So when I went to bed last night, I didn't see it. It's funny because you say that, I'm actually reading it right now. Before I started my stream, I got it up. I was reading your numbers. So I've been coming across that same kind of thing from everybody. Let me talk about that really quick, because thanks for writing, by the way. I got up a little late, so I ran straight to the stream. I've been seeing the same thing from some people. And what it is that here's what TPT's flagging people for. So when you look at the order string, right? 4, 3, whatever, this first part, the first all the way up until the last 4 numbers is a unique identifier related to the account, I believe. These are like, I don't know if this is a timestamp or when the order was filled or whatever, but this is like your order in the order. So if you ever go in there and fill a bunch of orders on the same account, this will sequentially go up, but it's not your orders because it skips around. So apparently they're simulating an exchange and everybody's having orders, and this is your order on that exchange. So what they're saying is in the same, so this is 21, 26, 40 with some milliseconds, right? And they're saying that people who execute multiple trades in the same second like this, within milliseconds of each other in the same account, are botting. That's what I'm starting to gather, all the evidence I'm reading. And people that are getting banned are sending me the same thing. Now, how are you able to execute 4 orders within 1 second? Like, bam, 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 bam. Like if I just come here and buy a bunch of orders, it's going to take more than a second. So their TPT system is flagging this as botting. Now, there's been enough cases of this where I've read this data from enough people in this thread that I made. Thank you guys for all sending data, because this guy's really like, really informative about his stuff. So I'm asking people to send the stuff so I can read it. And you're starting to see kind of the same thing. People getting filled multiple orders at the same exact time or milliseconds apart. This is 8:52. So this person has a bunch of 1, 1, 8, 1, 1, 2, 1 at this time. So I'm like, how are you getting all these weird order fills? Like 1, how are you getting 1 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 8 all on the same timestamp? And so that other guy posted something like a video that was showing there's some kind of bug, or not really a bug, but it's basically like how Trade-Evate, I'd say it's not called a bug, it's called what it is. When you trade a real trade, look over here, like look on my DOM. If I put in like a limit order here, and then I wait a minute, and then I put another limit order there, I have 2 on the books, but my 2 aren't at the same place. I mean, at the same time. So they're not the same place in line. I put in an order here, I wait 2 seconds, time goes by, and then I put in another order at the same place, 1, then the level 2 will say 2. But my orders aren't next to each other in line. I'll have 1, and then there's a bunch of other people that also put their order on the book, and then I'll have 1 here. It's FIFO, first in, first out. So if someone comes in with a market order and sells to here, it fills this order. And then if a second later someone else puts another order, then it fills this one. My 2 orders as a limit get filled at different times. Now, that's normal. Partial fills are a normal thing because of that mechanic. Also, if you just put 2 in at one time, you are next in line. But what if somebody only sold 1? You have partial filled. So my thought is, on the prop side of things, it's a simulated data feed, and therefore it's a simulated order flow. And what could be happening is that the prop data feed is simulating partial fills. Right. So for whatever reason, you put in a bunch of limit orders stacked on top of each other, stack, and it's getting etched away in a period of volatility. You're going to get a bunch of orders partially filled from a big part of that. So that the bot reporting tool is possibly misreporting. interpreting those fills as botting. So I'm doing the research here. What's up, baby? Oh, don't trip on this stuff. Careful. Let me make you some space. Thank you so much for breakfast. Breakfast for the bestest. Oh. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. The best. Right. So anyways, not to spend too much time on that, but I am finding the research that I'm doing as I'm finding consistent. This is why you need an engineer on this problem. I am finding a root cause as much as I can. An old, good old-fashioned root cause analysis, baby. Going through, looking at the data, saying what, why and why and why. It's back in the solution. I'm finding out that most people that have sent me something have the same story. And that it's possible that particular effect could be, they all buy their data feeds from Tradeovate, right? And so Tradeovate could be simulating that very thing. And that's okay, because a simulated data feed is simulating the real market. And they could be actually having real order flow. An example is every order that comes through in the real feed, the Tradeovate API just takes that order and throws it at the fake feed. And therefore, you are getting actual fills from the actual market orders that are there. The bid and ask is moving around, and you are getting fake orders thrown at you, which means partial fills are possibly possible inside of this paper data feed. So, and what might be happening is that a cascade of a bunch of partial fills because of a couple of things I thought. Imagine this, it's not real orders. So here's an example, right? You have a level 1 and a level 2 that's on the fake feed, and a level 1 and a level 2 on the real feed. This is probably what's happening, and I think I've solved the problem. Fake and real. In the real data feed, say an order goes to sell and clears out this bid, it immediately moves to the next one and the next one, okay? Order filled in real time, boom, boom. Now the bid and ask is moved 2 ticks lower. In that moment in time, this hasn't changed. It's a split second later that, say the order was 1,000 contracts, and a split second later, this has to react to that, and then this order goes through. So since you're not really trading, your order might be there as a 2, but what happens is the bid and ask just moves anyways to there, and then everybody that's sitting there on this level 2, that 1,000 just subtracts all the orders from there. Like the actual price, the reported price in the candles, the level 1 needs to move first, and it's possible that that moves down and then the order just snaps into everybody's trades, okay? And so it's like, it might be like out of sync or something, because this isn't actually filling the 2. It would take too much time. If they had this to go in there and fill order, whatever, it probably will have too much of a delay between the fake data and the real data, and data feed arbitrage becomes a problem. If there's a bunch of 2s and 1s and 3s and 4s and this 1,000 has to go in there, instead of doing what normal Wall Street does is fill, they probably just say, okay, it's 1,000. Let's just chomp into the whole thing at once. Boom, boom. And then it hits all of them at once. And it basically just, everyone gets filled at exactly the same moment in time, which doesn't really happen. But they have to do that, or else they're adding millisecond every order. And then you can have this sort of delayed effect between the real order hitting the feed and the simulating the real order hitting the feed. They probably just gulp 1,000 orders at any given time. And then 7 gets chopped in half. And then after that happens, there's probably other resting orders sitting there, because this is milliseconds apart. So 7 probably gets the tail end of the 1,000 and then immediately the one after it. Like that. Okay? If that happens, and the simulated partial fill thing is happening, you guys can clip this if you want, then 7 just got 2 orders back to back because they're by each other in limit book by the clipping part of the tail end of a partial fill and immediately the other fill there. And if this is how, I don't know, but if this is how Tradeovate handles that, that could be the reason. Because this 1,000 fills really quickly. And this has to track that, fill. But this book isn't the same as this book. So the 1,000 will fill in whatever the limit book is there, but that limit book isn't here. So that 1,000 doesn't necessarily fill 1,000 orders over here. If over here it moved at 10 ticks, then over here it'll move at 10 ticks and just vaporize. Say that 10 ticks is only 20 orders. It'll just fill all those 20. It's taking the market order here and the price that's moved here and translating it to a different limit book here and just filling everyone here. What happens if your order is slightly out of here, right? I'm sorry, slightly like right on the edge. And so that could be what's happening. What happens if this order falls and there's a quick buy and it goes here, ticks down and ticks up really quick? It could just be, and I'm not siding with anybody just yet, but I've seen enough cases to see the consistency here. I've seen enough cases to see that the exact reason people are getting banned are multiple orders within the same millisecond and they're getting flagged for being a bot. And somebody proved in a video that if you put 2 limit orders on top of each other and they get filled, you can get filled at different times. And that's probably what's happening in TPT. If that's the case, probably just built their botting system on top of the API, and maybe they don't understand that fact could be what's happening. So it could be a miscommunication between both places. Or you guys could all just be a bunch of botters. Either case, the problem is consistent. It's not subjective. The data supports you are breaking their rule, but maybe their rule is wrong. That's all I'm going to say. I've come to the conclusion that it could possibly be that their botting parameters are too tight. But the problem is what they're trying to prevent with that botting program to side with the firm is high frequency trading that exploits the arbitrage that I just explained to you, called data feed arbitrage. One of the easiest and earliest hacks of the prop space is to write a bot that looks at that 1,000 order clearing the ticks here and immediately fires orders over here to get ahead of that fake $1,000 pretending to fill the orders on the fake feed. And they'll get in and short really quick because there's no slippage. So they'll get in, throw in some limit orders real quick or whatever, or maybe some market orders, and get in a split second as the order happens in the real feed and it's traveling over here. They do that and they're already short, and then the thing goes and they're already long. So what they're trying to eliminate with that bot is high frequency trading data feed arbitrage, which is something that used to be a big deal in the early days of prop because it was so easy to hack it, because there was like a 1 to 2 second delay early on until Tradeovate's technology got better. So what they're trying to do is prevent you from doing that kind of data feed arbitrage. Problem is the partial fills is probably interrupting it. You guys can clip this if you want to put something out there. I'm not supporting either side of the fight, but I am saying the data suggests that TPT should go out there and look at the system they have and verify that they haven't made it so tight that they're confusing partial fills with arbitrage botting. And then verify publicly that nope, that's not what's going on. Because data highly suggests that that could be the problem. So anyways, I did my homework last night with you guys. Remember, I'm not the guy that jumps to the... It's you know, social media just freaks out over everything because they're bored and poor and they're not traders. So, you know, give Matt the data. Give me a second or two. I'll go look at it. I'll come back with an answer. You know, everyone that sent me an email, thank you for sending me an email. Somebody says, engineer Matt, such a legend. I mean, I've lived my life this kind of way. I worked at a plant. Remember I told you guys the explosion story yesterday? Shit explodes. You know, and it's not like everybody's like, no, this happened. No, I think this happened. People are like, just shut the fuck up. What's the data? Let's look at it. Everyone looks at it. We think about it. Then we're like, what are some options? Maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. Which ones? So let's keep backing out. Which is the most likely option and why? It's a root cause analysis. Like, they teach us that in school, baby. Engineers, you know, we're not just all completely, you know, nerdy and useless. We come up with some good ideas sometimes. But anyways, that being said, I'm going to do my best to open a dialogue with TPT and have them answer that question for me. I sent them an email. I sent them multiple emails to talk to them, to open a dialogue about it, and said, hey, I'd like to get to the bottom of this and help you guys, you know, either share with the public some more information they need to know, or, you know, we can discuss what's going on. They seem very adamant that they've caught some botters. So it could just be that there's a tech mistake, and we'll find out. I'll try to find out for you guys. Give me some time. The only reason I'll play it resolve who gets the London slot is to joust for it. Hell yeah. The person I talked to somebody about it last night, so if they're able to do it, you'll like them. They're pretty cool. They had such a cool audition tape. Bot management's the hardest thing. You believe the traders? I would say I believe the data just yet. I don't believe the traders. I believe the data. Again, you guys could just be fucking all being caught with it. Listen, let's pretend. Let's take a stance really quick. Pretend there's somebody selling a data feed arbitrage bot that does exactly what I said, and all the people that got busted are using it. It's some third-party black market bot, and they're just trying to pass it off as I wasn't cheating to save face. I'm not saying that's the case, but remember, as an engineer and root cause analysis, you must do the following. You must back into all possible causes. You can't not list them all before you eliminate them. You have to take all positions at once. So there is a position in my analysis that states all you motherfuckers bought some third-party shit, and that third-party shit y'all got caught. Now, again, I'm gonna say that it's probably the least likely case, but it is possibility. Can't play. I have to be fair. You guys have to respect that to be fair in all cases. So part of my investigation is there a third-party bot out there that's doing some data feed arbitrage? And you guys all got caught with it. All these $1 million superstars happen to show up overnight that you never heard of, making $3 million payouts from Take Profit, getting banned. Everybody's like, well, that person's a legend. You sure they're a legend? Because I never saw their fucking dashboard. I never saw anything they paid in. I saw nothing. All I saw was, here's my payouts. Look how great I am. They could have been using some kind of tool that everyone was using and got banned from. We can't eliminate that without me deciding that that doesn't exist. We got to find that too. So either A, we're finding some program that a lot of these people have been using to cheat big payouts, or B, it's probably that TPT made a tech mistake. What I have eliminated is the fact that TPT is just banning profitable traders. 100% can confirm that is not the case. They are very convinced, and when I talked to them and I saw the data from both sides, they are very convinced people are botting based on a standard they created. The standard wasn't, well, if this person makes too much, remove them. The standard is, you execute multiple limit orders within milliseconds of each other, you're considered a bot. So what they're not doing, which means they're still on the good list, is they're not banning people because they're making too much money. They're not doing anything subjective, which gives them a bad flag in our site. They're doing everything still by the book. I got the data from them that that's the rule. So either A, the rule is too tight and they're going to have to sort of like undo it and, you know, kind of get people back in the system, or B, they caught somebody using some kind of bot y'all are using. For real. One of the two. But I don't think they're banning people for making too much money, as the rule is still rigid. It's a rigid rule. Everybody that posted the data, it's the same data. So like in our prop scoring website, we flag this kind of stuff. TPT does not get a flag that they're doing something subjective. I've got evidence that's rigid. And the people I talk to are very convinced that they've caught some kind of bot. i.e. there's a program out there all you guys are using. This is what I think they think. So it's kind of like, let's merge the, let's get everyone in the room together and talk it out. It's a possible way to go. So that's the whole point of what our prop website's supposed to do. I immediately get the data. Do I go flag TPT for subjective payout rules? No, because it wasn't subjective. The data is consistent with each other and everybody has the same flag, right? So here's what you do as a trader. Are you ready? Are you ready? I've solved the problem. Don't use limit orders. Don't use limit orders. That's the common thread that everybody's having. The limit order thing. So as a workaround, see, this is why we exist in this space. I have never been banned from any prop firm trading in the history of the year I've been doing it. Here's what I do in general. I trade, I don't copy trade, so I use no third-party software. I don't copy trade any accounts. I trade them all manually. I only use market orders. For some reason, that's never flagged any system. If you need some data point to help you out today so you don't accidentally get banned by some over tight rules, just use market orders and you should be fine. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So the point of this is to give you guys some guidance. Using TPT, maybe just use market orders, and maybe that lessens the load of you getting multiple fills because you're not going to push the button that many times. You want 5 contracts? Just take the point and just take the tick of slippage. Jesus Christ. Right. Mention I don't trade prop firms, but I promote them at some point. You will be able to show how you trade them effectively. Larry, so I did for a while, right? I had this whole thing that I did. I didn't trade prop firms ever until last year, and I traded them for a year to show how I trade them. And I recently just stopped doing it. That served its purpose, right? Prop firms is to connect to the community, learn how to do it, teach boot camps on it. And in reality, from a personal perspective, it's a waste of time and money for me because I can fund myself as a trader. I'm giving up too much gains. I'm paying too much in taxes for all of it. So it's like, it's not worth my time personally as my level of trading to trade them anymore. But I still know enough from the year I did it to teach you guys. DBT is not having liquidity issues. Mora, oh my God, bro. Would you just miss? I love when you guys show up. My brother, rewind the stream. Go back. There's like, I just gave the whole speech. Rewind. No. Apex is not better. Apex came out to be one of the worst ranked prop firms on our site. Apex is a 6.2 out of 10, between 5 and 10. The 6.2 on our scale is the equivalent of a 2 on a 0 to 10 scale. Moreau, bro, just wake it up, bro. Gotta rewind literally like 2 seconds. Like the minute I finished the speech. Yeah. Like you can go to where you entered chat and then go back like 5 seconds and I'm finishing up to talk about it. Is the prop site live now? It is live now for beta. If you were in the Rocket Secure community, yo, Boomer, I got your meeting, by the way, bro. I'll meet you. I got your thing. If you're in our boot camp or you're using our software, in our Discord and the Zoom call channel is the link to the beta. Don't share that link outside of there. Keep it on the DL until we launch, but that's for you guys to play with it, bug reports, all that kind of stuff. Can you see a timestamp when the limit order was created as well as executed with this previous premium bot trading? Not when it was created, but it can help because it can prove that your order was split up. Somebody proved it last night by entering one and then entering another back to back, and therefore they were entered at different times. They didn't have the timestamp, but my personal belief, and I hate to have a belief, my belief is that it's highly possible that there's an overlap, like a little Venn diagram. There's an overlap of what's distinctively bot trading and what is partial filling, and that little tiny overlap is, I think, where people are getting caught, where it's too tight on those parameters. But how do they solve that other than they have to not simulate partial fills? If that is the case, that can explain why limit orders are getting filled back to back to back, especially when you're copy trading and you've got 50 freaking orders on the book for your 10 accounts 5 times apart. It's gonna fill your 50 micros or whatever like that, because you put in a bunch of limit orders for 40 micros. Another thing I'm finding is that everybody's data that they put in there are ordering a shit ton of micros in copy trading. So you're hitting like all of these orders, partial, probably, spread across all your accounts like that. So it's not just somebody that's put in like 1 or 2 contracts here or there. It's literally like these people that I'm like, how did you get 50 contracts filled in a single split second and chunks of 2, 3, 4, 5, 2? And I'm like, that seems like botting to me on the surface, not even knowing, because I didn't know anything about what's going on. That seems like on the surface, how are you filling 50 contracts? I thought the limit was 15. It's like, oh, well, they're micros. And I'm like, well, there you go. So if you're copy trading large amounts of micros, limit orders, you might accidentally get flagged. So as a workaround from 2 data points, number 1, the data suggests you probably shouldn't use limit orders if that's the case until it's fixed. Number 2 is I never use limit orders and I've never been banned. And I'm spamming the buy button all the time. So we might have just solved the issue, maybe, but as a safeguard, don't get banned from TPT because you got 50 limit order of micros on the books. If that's the case and there's a tech error, don't get caught up in it. Just use market orders. Are we cool? Copy trading isn't forbidden, but I explained what I think is going on. Do we all understand? Do I sound like the I sound like the smoke monster from Lost. If you ever watched that show, did you know the smoke monsters sound, you know what they made out of that? They went to a grocery store in Hawaii. And the audio engineers were filming or recording sounds. And that's actually the sound of a receipt tape being printed. And that became the... You remember, y'all watch Lost? That was one of my favorite shows back in the day. Damn smoke monster, scary ass sound. It's just a receipt being printed. What is bot trading? The bot trading that they're trying to eliminate is high frequency trading data feed arbitrage. And the reason they're not explaining that, and I don't know that that's what they're doing, but I can tell you that's what they're doing because I know everything about props. I talk to so many people about props. I know what they're battling. They're not telling you what they're battling because they're doing what's called, they're not publicizing something to make it bigger. The Streisand effect. You guys, the whole point of that is Barbara Streisand didn't want people to know where she lived, but some website published her house on some nature website, and she sued the people, and that went public, and then everybody then there knew where she lived. It backfired because she sued people. Had she not done anything, they found that only 5 people visited that website. And after she sued the people for it, 1 million people found out where she lived. It's called the Streisand effect. You bring attention to something, then the publicity does the opposite of what you want it to do. You can't try to squash something or else you teach everyone how to do it. This is a thing that business owners do, like I told you yesterday. If I own a car wash and you elbowed the car wash a certain way, the machine, and you got free soap, I can't just say, well, we banned the person who was elbowing the machine to get free soap. If I said it like that, then everyone would start elbowing the machine, and then I'd have to go buy new machines and it cost me money. It backfires. So you don't say, I banned the person for elbowing the machine. You just say, I banned the person for stealing soap. And you don't explain how they do it. This is what TBT and other businesses likely would do. We're banning people for trading within milliseconds of each other because it's data feed arbitrage, which is where the data feeds in the prop space are delayed before the data feeds in the real space, and therefore you can use bots to intercept the ordering, or sorry, get in front of the order flow and get in illegitimately and blah, blah, blah. And people go, oh, you can do that? And then they start Googling, how do I do that? And then it becomes a huge problem that's there because the loophole is still there. Obviously, because they're still trying to patch it. People still figure out ways to do it. Technology is getting better, but it's still doing it. So what they're not doing is telling you what they're trying to prevent, which makes sense. Aren't you glad that you guys got us here doing this work for y'all? Don't listen to all the Karens on social media trying to complain, trying to guess, oh, they're denying payouts. That got banned because I'm making too much money. I hear all this stuff. It's all a bunch of baloney. It's a bot trying to prevent data feed arbitrage. They're not explaining that because they don't want you to know that thing exists. Well, I'm explaining it. Every firm battles with that. The guy that got first place in ETF's competition before he got banned made $100,000 on a 50K account in 2 days, trading 2 minis. Not possible. The market didn't move that far. He was high frequency trading with data feed arbitrage. That's how I learned about that. ETF told me that's a problem. That's not only it's a problem, it's a plague. It is a hack to get free money from the slot machine, to get in a split second before the order flow. And everyone's doing it. And it's constantly one of the biggest battles they have at prop firms to fight people doing data feed arbitrage. That is a problem. Because the data feeds and props are reading the real data feed and simulating it seconds later, milliseconds later. It's getting faster and faster, but that is the problem. So in TBT's defense, they're not coming out here saying, well, guys, we have a system that's doing this. I'm just speculating because they didn't tell me that either. But I know they're not going to teach people that that exists because they want people to know that it exists because it's a hack. Hello, guys at the casino. Yeah, we recently banned a guy for counting cards. This is how we did it. Come to our workshop this weekend. We'll tell you step by step how we did it. That way you will know not to do it yourself. We trust you, right? Never happens. So anyways, TPT's defense, I'm going to piece it all together. That's exactly what happened. I think I solved the problem. So I'm going to open a dialogue with them and maybe bring that to their attention. Why hold that info to yourself if they told you people were doing it a long while ago? What do you mean hold that info to yourself? It's not my, dude, it's not my prerogative in this world to go to bat for any of these other businesses. You know what I mean? Like if I knew that the Dr. Pepper recipe had prune juice in it, I don't need to go out there and, hey world, guess what? That's their business. That's their job. It's not my fucking job. Like I'm here to help solve you guys' problems. That's what I do. But I'm not some kind of like, I'm not Gabriel, the messenger angel for the prop space. I'm not here to communicate between you and the props on every single change and things they do. If they have a thing that they're battling in their interest, it's not my job to go out there and explain to people how to do it. I would be disserving you all by going out and saying that. Now, data feed arbitrage is something that the props battle. It's their job. It's not my job to battle. That's my job to protect you guys though, and help you guys with your prop trading. And so what the answer is, don't be using limit orders with TPT. That'll probably save your ass. Everyone I asked was using limit orders, by the way. Root cause analysis. It literally takes 5 minutes and like 20 IQ points to come up with the solution. To me, people are ready to like shit all over themselves on social media. It's funny, but you just put the data next to each other and you find the cause. It's people having orders filled within seconds of time. It's all limit orders. It's all large bulk orders, and they get filled at different times when they said, I'm not filling at different times. It's just one spot. So limit orders on TPT will likely get you banned right now. Market orders only. Okay. You get the Modern Warfare Steam deal? I did not. I'm not playing any COD, dude. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. I played Black Ops 6 for a little bit. I know Modern Warfare is like the better of the CODs, but man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. Who market orders? I do. I never use limit orders. And I've made $500,000 in the last 2 months just on a 100K account. I never use market orders, limit orders. Not with day trading. Illiquid stuff, penny stocks, sometimes you really care about your fill, swing trading. Limit orders maybe. When day trading, speed is more than anything, and I buy on red candles, so it doesn't even matter. If I put a market order at a red candle, it ticks lower into my fill against the ask. So sometimes it gets better than where my limit would be. It's a wash, if you really think about it. I don't long on green candles because it makes me get in higher. So I don't do that. But if I long on red and I sell on green, a market order is essentially the same as limit order, sometimes better. As a day trader. Yeah, I'm sure you only limit, but that's good. That's certain people, you know. But if you do it the way I do it, sometimes you get filled better than if my limit was here and the market just ticks through it at the moment I hit buy, I could sometimes get filled right here, even better, right? If it's sitting there and I buy, I get filled a tick later. At worst, it's a tick of loss, which is $5 per contract on NASDAQ. When my trades are $10,000 or $15,000 a pop, I'm not too concerned about losing, you know, the $300 to $400 that I might lose on market order slippage. But the problem that I'm also trying to face is, what if I have my limit order exactly here and it happens to just miss the trade, and then I'm forced to get in 10 points higher? That eliminates a million other fractions of a point that I tried to save by doing limits. So I'm trying to find that red candle near where I want to enter, and then I enter. So I have this belief that I were to add everything up, trading liquid stuff with a bid-ask spread of like 1 tick, that over time, I actually lost nothing to using market orders. The times I get filled better, I get filled way better. The times I don't miss the trade, missing the trade is opportunity loss because I didn't get a fill and I have to chase it at a worse spot. The issue with liquid stuff is that the slippage is so small that it really doesn't matter. So again, you don't have to have that same philosophy as me, but I'm more like speed over accuracy. And because I long into red, I pretty much get my fill anyways where I wanted it. Yeah. So setting limit orders around your level is just as good. But I always wait, and when I get the red, I throw in the order. And so an example is we overshoot. Very rarely does it hit MHP and go. You guys will always see me like it hits MHP and overshoots, and I jump in usually below. I always work my cost basis below my level. So the fact is, you can tell even with market orders, I get in where I want to get in. If I want to have a 15 contract spot here, and it falls and falls, and it gets around here, maybe I'll long 3, and then it falls over there, I'll long like 3 more, and then it kind of like goes right there, and then I'll long like 9 or whatever, and then it moves up. I've got a 15 cost basis below where my target was. Very often than not, I can use market orders to get an overall cost basis even better. So again, because I don't believe that markets just hit your pivot exactly every time, that you're good at it. If I put all my orders here, then I lose out on a better cost basis. You guys see me all the time. I'm working my cost basis lower. So I like to believe that I do better than limit orders. If I were to add up all the data, I'd probably do slightly better. All the times I got my cost basis below my pivot. You guys see that every day. So somebody said, in other words, don't use TBT. No. TBT is the best ranked prop firm in our entire prop site. What it is if there's a small technical glitch that's going on there, don't use limit orders. That's all I'm saying. That might mitigate that issue because that's what everybody has in common. But yeah, no. TBT is by far the highest ranked prop firm on our prop scoring website. They have the best payouts, the quickest payouts, the best ROI, all that stuff. TBT is number 1. My Funded Futures is number 2. Lucid is number 3 of the bigs. Funded Next is number 4. Tradeify is number 5. This is the scoring on our prop scoring site that's using all the metrics to give them a rank. Tradeify is number 5. Apex is number 6. Top Step number 7. Elite Trader Funding number 8. Vidius 9 and Futures S10 of just the 10 we put in. There's 40 prop firms missing from the list, but just so you know how they stand up against each other, little did you know, Top Step, it ranks below everything. Can you believe that? Top Step has one of the lowest return on investment value, the lowest payout per dollar you spend, period, for the time you spend in the market. Top Step, it completely blew my mind because people love Top Step so much. It's ranked in the shit pile with Apex. Both of them are ranked very poorly. Yeah, Twitterverse is saying it's a liquidity issue because Twitterverse is full of fucking morons. Literally, the people on Twitter are fucking stupid and they're failed traders and they're dumb and they're just scrounging for some kind of social media attention. It took me 20 minutes to solve the problem looking at the data. Like, I swear to God, like, people on Twitter lack college educations. They lack high school educations. Half the people on Twitter sat in the fucking portable building in the elementary school behind the normal elementary school where the normal kids went, where the teacher was telling them not to tie their shoelaces together and to get the glue stick out of their nose. That's what these people did. These aren't intelligent people on Twitter. These are the weird kids. You know what I'm saying? The ones that needed extra supervision when they were in grade school. This is not the people on social media. It's crazy how many people, you know, what'd you do before you became a trading guru? Oh, I used to sweep floors at a movie theater. Now I'm a trading genius. Yeah, bro. All right, whatever. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're talking about. Broke incels, dude. These people on social media come with the dumbest fucking ideas. I bet you anything I solved the problem. I'm going to talk to TPT today and go straight up to the top. I promise you guys. So I got a connection to the top. I'm going to talk to them today on my findings. To ask them if that's what's happening. Get you guys an answer. They're not having liquidity issues by any means whatsoever. They're one of the healthiest firms out there. Zero reports of payout denials or anything like that on subjectivity, anything. They're by the book, just like Lucid, just like Tradeify, straight up. All right, let's talk about the stock market today. We are in the bear zone top from yesterday's monthly maps, which is bear zone resistance. Guys, do me a favor and like the stream while you're here. Too much of a conversation about the whole prop stuff, but I'm glad to be the person, the voice of reason for you guys to kind of get some answers. If you didn't get the message, if you're trading TPT, it's very possible that using limit orders can flag you as a bot. This is what we're coming up with. At least that's what everybody had in common. And when you're doing root cause analysis, some coincidence doesn't necessarily mean causation, but it's a very strong coincidence. And there were some people that had 4 orders filled back to back to back to back, just 4. That's it. And got banned as being botting. So there could be an error in their brand new system. Try to use market orders only and see if that works. Because a market order will be filled all at the same timestamp. It's guaranteed. So I can almost, with 98% certainty, guarantee that a market order will not flag a system for botting. Do we all think that's a good idea? Just kind of y'all are engineers and smart people here. Your limit order is 1 order with 1 timestamp. It doesn't get split up. You don't control that. It will say market order. Right? You know how data feed arbitrage works? People pretend to be market makers. They have limit orders on both sides of the book. Fill. That's what they're doing. That's why it's really strict on limit orders, right? All right. So try market orders. You might get banned. I've never been banned from TPT. I've taken a ton of money from TPT, hundreds of thousands of dollars from TPT. Never got banned, never got flagged, never used a fucking limit order in my life. Wait, you're the customer. Why do you have to jump through hoops through them? Ronan, look, don't be so hyper anti. Here's an example. You know, you go to a grocery store and there's a huge line and you can just find the lane that doesn't have anybody there where the person's on break. You don't want to wait 20 minutes. The person's on break eating, like, hey, I'll give you $5 if you open up for me. I do that all the time. Okay, cool. The other day, I went to a restaurant and I gave the guy $250, the waiter. I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, hey, I know you're busy. I'm gonna give you $250 right now on Zelle if you give me another table. Do you have any extra tables that you can? He ran in the back. He grabbed the fucking table. He set it up on the patio. It was a table that was 1.5 feet tall. He brought these tiny little chairs, and IDOC and I sat there, and I gave him another $250 at the end of the meal. Sometimes you got to go around and do what you got to do to get what you want to get out of it. Every time I'm like, hey, can you get me a table? Hey, can you get me in? Can you give me this? Slide a couple bucks to somebody, you can get whatever you want. In this case, why should you have to cater to them? You don't have to. They're the best prop firm in town, but there's a workaround. Workarounds are the way of life. You can choose to do it, not choose to do it. I'm just helping you guys out if you like them. I love them. This is one of my favorite prop firms I ever traded with. So they don't pay me to say that. I don't get a monthly partnership check or nothing. I'm just a standard affiliate. But restaurant throws you out for using silverware. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Market's opening, guys. We got 2 minutes till we go. We have been trading higher in the overnight. And I feel like, you know, since we have all this news that, you know, we're going to have talks, looks like that there's like a, you know, peace deal kind of getting worked out, I guess. But I'm reading through the, hold on one second. But I am reading through the airwaves here. Hold on, I got to load up my stuff here. We do have like some kind of talks to have talks. Fill me in, guys. You know, I missed last night. The U.S. has stepped up efforts to secure a ceasefire. This is from Iran. You know, like they're kind of talking about peace at this moment, right? Nobody wants their power plants to be bombed into oblivion. Nobody in their cushy life over there wants to be sitting in darkness. So I think that's what did it. Like, hey, you know, we're going to send ground troops over here and we're going to basically like knock out your power plants and you guys can enjoy the darkness for a while. We're going to send you back to, you know, even though, you know, your barbaric rule is already like the Dark Ages, we're going to send you back into the fucking Dark Ages. Get ready for it. You better have some candles on hand because you'll be living in the dark, buddy. And they probably were like, oh shit. Yeah, we don't want that. Or people will riot and overthrow us. And that can be bad. And I bet you that's the easiest way to do it. You guys want to live in the Dark Ages? That's a good joke. I just made that up on the fly. You want to live in the Dark Ages? I'll send you to the Dark Ages, baby. You buy electricity. That was good. I should be a comedian. I really should. All right. All right. All right. Let's go up here. What do we got? What did I miss it? Like, wait, what happened? Rezi, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Iran has said that Trump's talking to himself. Is that what they're saying? Who knows what anybody's saying? Anyways, market's probably gonna be bullish today. I'm not shorting it today. Not yet. I need evidence that it's shorting. It's probably going to go up, but we'll see. Resiliences are positive. Things are looking solid here. Could be a gap and go. Half gap is probably a support play. Monthly hedge pressure support play. I'm not going to long at the start. No trades overnight, by the way. And by the way, I got to like 600,000-ish dollars, maybe a little bit under 590. I took out everything but 200,000 last Thursday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I started the day with 200,000. And between Thursday and Tuesday or Wednesday, which is now, say Wednesday, I've made 160,000 in 4 days. So that's kind of cool. Been one hell of a week. I ain't ready to risk losing it at this junction in time. The polymarket bet is going to print. So they're saying Trump is talking to himself. But why are there people from Iran saying that Trump is stepping up efforts for peace talks? Does that just mean Trump wants it and we're like, fuck Trump, we don't care? Is that what's going on? All right, liquidity pocket every single time. ESTR liquidity pocket, S&P 6685 is going to go right there. Positive, bullish this. Bullish, 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 bullish. This is good data. It's all looking pretty bullish. Yep, no shorting. This is buy the dip day. You've got liquidity pocket here. I don't like chasing that at the high. Liquidity pocket here. It's going to be one of those slow, choppy days that goes up. So today with MHP, it's pretty simple with S&P. I'm going to long MHP, scalp it to there. It's a really nice tight range. Oh, it's actually about 35 points. It's actually not tight. So about 35 points range in S&P. I would say that we're going to pass through this all freaking day. So unless we just rally straight up, which I don't think is going to happen, we're inside of this range right here. NASDAQ, kind of a similar boat, but we don't really have MHP below. This is resistance, this is support. So NASDAQ is kind of in that same boat with a range like this today. And obviously we are sloping up in that range. I'd say that anything down in here or down in here is good long entry point to wait for. Do I want to hold a little bit for a trickle? Not when we're talking about war with Iran, because at any moment in time, you're going to get candles that are going to do this. And so, you know me, I don't like to gamble into that stuff. And remember, if you missed the announcement earlier, you guys using Take Profit Trader, let's not use limit orders. Their system seems to be flagging partial limit fills as bot trading. TPT traders, stick with market orders. See if that might be a good workaround for their issue they're having right now so you don't accidentally get banned. You didn't make that in the last 10 years. I've been lucky, dude. I've been really lucky. I've just been on the right side of the market all these times. This is 660 to 550. While again, we're going to check monthly maps in a second here. All of our stocks, there are no breaks yet, but let's look and just see where all the stocks are. Nvidia up, Apple up. Yeah, so things are going to push up today. Resiliences are good. Arbitrage is practically neutral. Yeah, this is an update, guys. So I would say that treat it like such. No longs for me yet. Meta is right on MHP, which is a BSU is a really bullish liquidity map. Microsoft BSD, not bullish liquidity map, and it's actually bearish. So a little bit of stocks are kind of bad. AVGO just had MHP break to the downside, but had a break and has kind of fallen. So AVGO turning bad. Google, bullish from here. That's Goog, sorry. Amazon, bearish from here. Tesla, bullish from here. So it's a healthy mix of stuff, right? But the key points are Nvidia and Apple, because that really kind of sets the stage, and both of those are screaming bullish. So they both look pretty darn good, I would say. Oh, we wait. No, we wait. I think we go higher. That's just me, though. Iran can level the Gulf power plant and desalination plants too. Trump wouldn't dare do that to the people that pay his bills. I don't know, dude. I'm just speculating, you know, like he's obviously threatening them with something. I feel like they're trying to save face in public, but I feel like you just want to ask me to speculate, I feel like they're ready to settle. Every minute that goes by, they're shaking in their booties. They're not being strong. They're being strong in the public face, but you can tell they don't want this. You can feel it. The responses. I just call it a sixth sense. I don't know. I tip that sixth sense about these things. What happened to the tool that Mark, was it Mark that made that? I forgot who made it. I don't know. I got to follow up. Who made that? I have to remember, but now we never really went forward with locking that in. It was a pretty cool tool. Yeah, we need to get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, it's going to end faster than it's not. I just feel like, you know, they're just basically getting bombarded over there. and they've got no support in the region, and their responses tend to be, you know, like that sort of like authoritarian, you know, we're strong, we're gonna save face. But it doesn't really feel like they're that strong of an opponent. Like, it feels like they're just getting handled in the way I read it. And because it feels like they're getting handled, that it'll probably end faster than we think, is my thought. That's decent up that time. Yep, I said it's not a sell-off day today. It's gonna go up. I don't really have I don't have any skin in the game here. I don't want to do it because I want to wait for monthly maps and double check this. Let's read. Where are we at? Ah, okay. Monthly maps are back to being somewhat bullish again. Very cool. Man, we've got a good read on this market. I didn't put any trades on it though, but it's good to know that I can read this shit, right? We See, there's a little delay in monthly maps, and I don't know what causes it. But like sometimes you just wiggle it around and it loads up. Let me just F5 that bad boy. It's Mark, right? What is going on? The connection is weird. Why? Why connection? Who knows what's going on here? That's just probably me though, right? So odd. So the right chart, yeah, I'm getting some delays here. See, now it loads up, and then when I switch over, it should load up. Well, maybe. Okay. My developer's watching right now, so we can go through it. See, I'm getting these... something odd going on here. Now it's disappearing and showing up. John, if you're watching this, see, it's like coming, going. I don't know. If I refresh the platform, see, I'm not even doing anything, and it's sparking on and off. Well, pour some of your coffee on your keyboard. Let's see, what is going on here? Okay, S&P. Monthly map also not loading up here. Some kind of delay or something with the second chart. It still has that cash in there. Okay. Let me hard reset the platform. Anything that you guys have with TPT, just send it to me. Is anybody else's liquidity maps on the fritz right now, or is it just me? In chat, you guys, is y'all's flipping out like right now? Or is that just mine? Is it okay? Like, what's going on here? Yours was super slow to load today. Just yours too? Yours not working at all? You had that on Monday. Yours isn't working. So half the people aren't working too. Switch the two sides. Yeah, there's some kind of delay thing going on here. My developer's in chat right now. He's looking at it. Yeah. Okay, we'll try to get something going on there. Well, we'll choose the right chart for now. Let's see. All right, we're gonna debug that real quick and try to have a little fix in. Plug the cable to the monitor. Yeah. Let's see what's going on there. It's like the liquidity maps that I had loaded are like cached in the browser. That's why they're loading up. But when we had to reload S&P, it feels like something's disconnected because it's just not loading. So whatever's cached is showing up. Oh, that's good. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna wait for Trump or for somebody to do something and the markets can give me an opportunity to trade off of. I'll take a long here. I hate chasing into days like this. Although it wants to go higher, like I said, I'm gonna wait for some kind of candle to jump in on the long. I'm gonna wait for it to give me an opportunity. Today's not a day that I'm gonna scalp 40 points or 50 points or whatever. Let me try re-adding it, see if there's any. There seems to be a bug right now with their last release, so we're gonna take a look. Remember, we just pushed out the historic data. So the historic data could have some bugs in it, creating this kind of issue. Well, at least we got SPY. Let's leave SPY on here. Resiliences are positive, which means and half gap has disappeared too. What the heck? All right, we're gonna solve this by just running UQQ and leaving it at that. A little debugs coming out. So MHP long, I'll probably take that on S&P. So $1.50 lower. So, oh, there we go. Showed up. Kind of showed up. It's probably some kind of server delay. That's what it feels like. Because they all popped up now. Congestion or something. CC cleaner. Okay, I'll check it out, bud. Well, guys, hit that like button. Don't forget. Somebody says, you are not a prop police. What? Where'd that come from? You are not a native English speaker. Very confused. Where'd that come from? What the hell? Who's policing the props right now? What are y'all talking about? I'm the prop cop, baby. I'm the new fucking sheriff in town. I got a badge. Where'd that come from? We're not even talking about props. We're talking about the platform. Server was congested. Need to dig deeper. Why it happened? CPU's at 90%. Now it's okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I knew it was server congestion. I've been doing this for too long. I know my platform. It's like I know my machine. I know where to elbow it to get it to work. Congestion. We're good now. The CPU was overloaded. Thank you for checking that out. I'm Jod, my man. You're not a police person. That comment was the Apex troll. Where'd it come from? We weren't even talking about props. Anyways. The prop cops. Bro, Sir Darb, you need a new song. Dude, Brad, if you're here, make me a prop cop song. We gotta have it. And we need some like, we need an AI photo of the three of us standing there, you know, like with like Mountie hats on and sunglasses, holding batons, and literally say the prop cops. Dude, it sells itself. I mean, that's easy. That Brad is like one step ahead of you. I'm already on it. All right, no trades for me today, guys, just yet. Like I said, you can see the market's probably bullish-ish, but not really like, you know, a good play from here. I'm not chasing long. I'm waiting for an opportunity, and a better one is to take that lower pocket at S&P. This would be a fantastic long to grab right inside of here, just to trade it back to the range. If I can get something like that, that's 40 points in S&P. That'd be fantastic. With that being said, that puts us really close to like bull zone on NASDAQ. You're an FBI agent named Bodie in the movie Point Break. I love that movie, dude. That movie was so good. That was one of my mom's and my brother and me favorite movie growing up. My uncle, my mom's brother, was a semi-pro surfer, competitive. He used to surf competitions all around the world. And like, so we all grew up surfing. So Point Break was like that endless summer where like we watched those movies nonstop. They were playing when I remember being a kid. My brother always watching one of the two of them. Prop cops. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Oh, it's disappearing again. It could be that the historic data is overloading the server for some reason. Let's get some lower lows, baby. North Shore's Go to 90 surf movie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're over 124. It's already and you're still dropping, dude. This kind of environment for me is a protect capital environment. Like I know at any point in time, somebody's gonna say something and I'm gonna get a candle and I'm gonna react to it. I don't care. Like we're gonna get some kind of news headline. There's not a lot of big news coming out this week, so I'm just gonna turn on the headlines. Super chat. Oh, I got a super chat a second ago. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me read this. I am liquidity sent me $10. Thank you, bud. And he said, "Why are you acting like a prop cop? You're not a prop cop." No, I'm just kidding. It says, "Cheers for always being the voice of reason and a word of knuckleheads. World of knuckleheads. New song in the Discord. Pivot to profit. Any chance of another triple person stream? Would love to see the boys together again." Yeah, I think we should start planning for like maybe like every Friday some kind of cool event, whether it's the three of us or three of us with some prop CEO or something cool, right? I'd like to have all of us together a lot. That was actually really fun. Thanks for being a prop cop. I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude, I would actually love that. You make sure to grab some ES right here at the hedge pressure. Dun, dun, hedge pressure. Why don't you long this place? Bow, bow. Hedge pressure. We need a Peter Gabriel hedge pressure song that sounds just like that. Take Sledgehammer, make it say hedge pressure. You got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Do it for me. That's like one of the best songs ever, dude. Like literally one of the best pop songs ever written was Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. It's such a good song. It's such a good song from back in the day. Edge pressure. Let's see what happens. MHP long S&P. Why the hell not? Like, I don't know why the hell not. Come on. Liquidity maps. Show up, dude. Resilience is tanking. Oh, it's kind of like taking on Nasdaq though. All right. Close and open a new one. Yeah, it's not working right. I'm dealing with bugs. I need to be trading. Wait. Wait. A hard refresh didn't work. Got time for this. You got time for this. MHP break and sell off is a quick sell off. I'll take a loss one time if I'm done. Buy on the reclaim, but like I said, I don't think we die out today. We good. Come on, hang in there. Give me that MHP. Yeah, you know me. You down with MHP. Yeah, you know me. God, our pivots are so good. So good. So good. Let me put this over. Yeah, I kind of wanted this over here to make it look kind of nice, but let's put this like right there. Come on, don't die today, market. Market, please don't die today. Pivots are good, but let's just see if the market wants to hold it. It's trying to hold it, but hang in there. We fail MHP, I'm out. Simply put, I'm out. I'm not going to sit here and sit here and fight it all day. If we fail MHP, I'm out. And though that was a particular failure-ish looking candle. But at least it's the good pivot. It's the good pivot chart. Iran and Trump stuff could be happening all day, so just be careful. Uh, 10 points is kind of my threshold here with arbitrage is flat, so we're going to use our typical rules. The largest 1 minute candle or 10 points, the greater of the two. Which one is greater of the two? So these candles are 66.70, 66.60, so I'm allowing myself roughly 10 points to call it if I'm wrong. So I'm going to allow 10 points plus a couple more. So inside of here, my position is hopefully we hold MHP inside of here, and that would be hopefully so. But I'll stop right there. Or maybe trim, because I do have a pocket underneath it. Maybe I'll just trim it to 10, hold through this, add right there, let it ride. Let's maybe do that instead. It's feeling heavy. I feel like I'm about to get flushed. I feel like I'm about to get flushed. Do y'all feel like you're about to get flushed? Feel it. I love our pivots though. I love them. So 50, 34, and 24. It's kind of a big run down to the bottom here. MHP breaks, I only trade small at liquidity pocket. I feel like we're back, right? Like you're used to seeing me like short every single day, and now I'm like, finally I'm back, you know, back to EST trades and stuff. Hopefully be the case. Yeah, I told you, I didn't long at the start. I'm waiting, like wait for something good. This is something good, and there's your high volume pivot that you see at hedge pressure. The goal is, as long as it makes it back there, then we're okay. It's looking a little heavy though. I'm scared to switch the other stocks. I don't want to lose my maps, but essentially that's what we have. Nasdaq resilience is less than 0. It could try to fill its gap, which is a really far drop if it doesn't hold. Just be very careful today. I mean, this is like an hour never. If it doesn't make it, then it doesn't make it. Like I said, it's either now or never. And if it's never, then I just miss out on a big drop. That's okay. Keep the loss small if I'm wrong. 16. Medium. It's a small position size. So, like an example, when I was telling you earlier about why I don't really use limit orders. My target was along as 66.50, and I'm in at 66.45 on average. When I market order into red candles, like I was doing, your cost base is gonna be much lower than where you want to be. Like I said, I'm not trying to convince you guys to do it the way I do it, but I almost always get a better fill than where my limit would have been by just watching the market where it is. And my overall cost basis is literally below my pivot, which is good, right? I tend to think I can get in better most of the time. Is there any promo codes for your course? Yes, sir. It's actually already baked in. If you go to the link in the description below the video, it's already built in. So the code is already applied when you check out. So it's $20 for the courses. It's $1 a video. And the software itself is $99 for the first month to try it out. Pretty much everybody here in the stream uses it. So this is the community for the software. Are we down with MHP? Yeah, you know me. You're down with MHP. Yeah, you know me. Not looking good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This didn't look so hot. The problem is that S&P resilience is on the fringe. If it goes negative, S&P goes to try and fill its gap. And fights from here, fights from there, and then fails. And that's where we are. Like this consolidating below MHP, not good. Like I want it to get here, stay here, and then I'm good for the RB's trade all the way back up. RB's trade, we got liquidity pocket, bear zone sandwich, and bull zone. As long as the SP resilience stays positive, a support from here is a play to there. Are we gonna get our lunch from Arby's today? Guys, are we getting Arby's today or what? It's funny how the indicator is called ARB. It almost looks like the word Arby's. Are we gonna hit MHP and just sell off? It's looking pretty gnarly here. Second attempt on gamma hedging run failed. Not looking good. Trump, save us with your magic Twitter. Looking like it's not working now. So it'd be wrong from the right place and just keeping the wrongs small. When you're wrong from the right place, you're always wrong small, which is good. About here-ish is about where I'm going to start trimming this out. I'll lose at most 10 to 12,000 today. Run along from here. Keeping it light. We're clearly going up here. As Wancho Man says, the chart structure is clear. I like when you guys type something in chat and it sounds like you're rapping. We're clearly going up from here. The chart structure is clear. Wiki. I should stop. I really should stop that right now. New news. Let's double check. Financial juice up. Iran will end the war at a time of its own choosing. Didn't I say that when Trump said we're ahead of schedule? That Iran chooses when the war ends, not Trump. Yeah, I've been through this. Been through this before. I know how this goes. All right, so MHP long was a really strong long, losing it as a pretty strong sell-off. So we're gonna start to trim a little bit down to 10. The last hope is that we get a pocket bounce. Other than that, I'll cut the whole thing out fully. This is a really strong support as well. Problem is that it bounces from here to there. I didn't think we would get just a massive dump here today. Still holding on to it. Just dropped it to 10 though. I don't think we're selling off today. Yep. Just trimmed it right at the lower pocket. I'm going up. Like I said, I'll add to it if we jump back above. Edge pressure. So, I'm building a new computer. I don't know if you guys can see the parts. Some of the parts are on the floor here. I didn't get far into it yesterday. I'd say my motivation. I'm so bad. So this computer has a 5080. The gaming computer is a laptop that I bought for a work laptop, but I had a 5090 in that one. The 5090 laptop is really good, but it's about half the power of half the cores, I think, of the 5090 desktop version. I was playing Crimson Desert, 4K, all out, full everything, cinematic everything, ray reconstruction on, and I am only getting 130 frames a second. And some people will be like, that's really good. And I'm like, no, that's not good enough. I want 240. So because Crimson Desert was only giving me 130 frames on full settings, I'm now building a brand new PC to get 240 because no game is going to give me less than full frame rate. So I went and got a 5090 Astral overclocked. I ordered it online though because the store doesn't have any, and I had to pay ridiculous markup prices for it. So that fucking graphics card cost me $4,500. It's a $3,000 graphics card. I don't care. I'm not gonna have some game tell my computer it's not good enough. I like the game so far. I actually like it since the update. It's not bad. I haven't had much time to play it. But I also have always been wanting to build a gaming PC over here. My work laptop is over here. When I travel, I'm gonna need to take it with me. So it was just temporarily my gaming station. What did the RAM cost you? I have the RAM that I had. I'm reusing the old RAM, the one that I was trying to sell. I had a 32 gig kit of Dominator Titanium. So 7,000. So I'm just basically, remember that RAM that she was going to sell? I had it. So I told her, I was like, hey, did you sell that RAM? She's like, no, nobody bought it. The kit itself was going to cost $650 at the store. So I decided to reuse and it's only a 32 gig kit. I probably should get 64, but I'm going to see how it runs with the kit I already have. Yeah. So anyways, I was like, whatever. Freaking $4,500 for a graphics card. That is a ridiculous markup on Amazon from some dude that camped out at the store and bought it to resell it on Amazon. Whatever, I'll pay the scalper price because I can't find anyone that'll come in within a month. So it should come in this afternoon. How many screens do I use for trading? I just use one screen for trading. When it comes to like this stream, I have 6 screens that I use for running the businesses and Discord and YouTube and all that stuff. But for trading, I just need one screen. Can you get you 64 gigs of RAM? Bro, I got you. It ain't gonna be cheap though. But yeah, the 5090, the laptop 5090 is really strong. The fact that I can full cinematic settings, like every other game that I played, it's full frame rate. The 5090 laptop is even so powerful that every game looked great. But with all the kind of like emphasis on ray tracing in that game, for full effect, I just want to see what full effect looked like. So I'm building. So I got a 9950 X3D. What's my trading computer? So again, my trading computer is a little overkill for trading. I have a 9950. I have 96 gigs of titanium RAM from Corsair. I've got a, I don't know, Republic Gamers Hero board. This is good enough for like a high-end, like not the best in class, but like second best in class gaming rig. It's completely overkill for trading, that's for sure. Wait, Leslie, brother, whose stream did you get kicked out of? Did he not accept your offer of stakes? Did you throw a peace offering of like that you're gonna have some stakes with them? Because that always smooth things over. Who you pissing off out there? You got dissed on Top Step stream, insecure little men. You're trying to explain about gold and silver ratio. Like, unless when you go to the Top Step stream, I love them to death. Bless their hearts. Dakota's nice. Everyone else, bro, unless you're explaining it to them with crayons and teddy bears, they're not gonna understand what the fuck you're saying. These kids couldn't trade a water hose to a man on fire. All right, seriously, don't even bother with them. Other than Dakota, everyone else there is completely horrible. All indicators are negative. Yeah, it's probably going down. This is probably a loss. Bless their hearts, though they're trying. They certainly talk about trading a lot. A poor house account, though. Do I execute on Trade8 on my own platform? I execute my my current challenge account on Trade8. Yeah. What's your plan in cube? Just to be long. Long and medium, medium to small-ish. Like I said, I don't think we saw it from here today. It looks bad. And the indicators are going lower, so it's possible that it does. I'm thinking that in some of this area, like this is support. And if it does, I'm just out quick, right? It is trying to hold in this area. But rejection of MHP is something you don't want to mess with, especially when all the indicators are now negative. The sell-off can be swift, which is why I trimmed. And I'm still hanging on because this is the last sort of cluster of support. Inside of here is strong enough to build this if some stocks pick up some steam and we can ride ourselves there. I'm not too heavy on the bet though. I'm betting against the indicator, right? So when the indicator gives me confluence, I take a smaller bet. When it's anti-confluence, it's anti-confluence right now. Negative resilience means that this likely is, if it rejects resistance here, we drop and fill the gap. So the potential downside is 430 all the way to 218, right? So y'all be careful. Be very careful, my friends. My friends, be careful today. Like I said, I want to bet that we don't break MHP and sell off. For whatever reason, this market's been pretty stable. For whatever it's worth, I just want to bet that we hang, that we don't crash. Because breaking through this is a big old market crash. And I think when I had monthly map on S&P, let me see where that liquidity pocket. And it's possible that it will. Like it's literally on the edge. So don't. This is not like full port all your shit day today. Oh, that's like way down here. This is a don't blink for a minute day. And that's why I trimmed my position down. 10 is small for this account for S&P. It's getting close. But yeah, this it wants to sell off. I'm just watching some of the stocks are on the edge. If the stocks start to move, and Nvidia is rallying, like that's the other thing that's got me like, okay, let me bet on the side of Nvidia. Nvidia is rallying today. So if whatever the case may be, if Nvidia starts to carry, it's going to carry. That's the reason. That's the only reason I'm still engaged with it. You get some strength on Nvidia. That'll look good. But Apple did lose key pivots, so that is the one downside to this. And Apple is doing the same thing Nasdaq is, overshooting MHP. All Apple needs is some buyers here to kick it back into gear. So I'm probably not going to get it, but I'm watching. The indicators are certainly showing that stocks are breaking. So like I said, my finger's on the button. I'm ready to jump out of this at a moment's notice. Somebody says tick is holding. Yeah, if you can feel like if you have order flow sense, like some spidey sense for order flow, you could feel the order flow is not bearish. You can absolutely feel it. You can feel that the selling is very quickly buffered here, and it's just a moment of time where it chops back up in the right place. Oh yeah, I'm 100% with you. You could feel the order flow. It doesn't feel volatile or pressuring. It just feels like it did that, and it's a moment from writing itself. Cool beans. Hang in there. Hang in there, baby. Don't die today, market. Not today. Not today, market. What about TFT prop firm? What? Hit the put whack. Yeah. Can I show the tape to see the speed? I actually do it, MacD. I look at tick charts. Like that's, I can't even explain how I do it. I think early on I just started trying to make sense of it by looking at a tick chart, and I can just feel the order flow from this. There's the whole thing about it. Like, think of it like this. Imagine that every time a candle shows up, it's like beep, 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 right? And so every 25 ticks is a new candle. And so when the candles flurry this way really quick, then that's a lot of order against the book, a lot of orders against the book, because you're filling in a lot of orders. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a lot of volume, it's just a lot of orders. Volume comes from, you get like big, like a bunch of candles appear at once plus big candles in the mix of it. You can feel the flow. Right now the flow feels bullish. Like the way you're seeing it, but it's like beep, 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 beep as it's going up, and the candles become bigger and stronger. It means there's order flow into the ask. And it's hard to describe how I see it, but it's like the more candles that appear this way and the bigger the candles are, they appear this way. And as much as they sputter on very quickly, you can just feel that flow. And when the market's just stable, it's just sort of like ticking nice and slowly up and down, maybe big, but not really a lot of candles this way. So when I said it feels like the order flow is being buffered fairly well, it's just sitting here like, where were we? Was it like, yeah, like right here. It was just sort of, it just, you know, it's just kind of galloping really nice and steady. Doop, 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 doop. And it's kind of like when it's slow this way and faster this way, you can just feel that it's trying to push higher. Let's see if we can feel it here. Like you'll see it, it'll be like 1, 2, 3, and then 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. When you feel that, you can feel that the tracking magnet is sort of like pulling it up. Check song. Ooh, we got the prop cop song. Let's go, baby. Hold on, let's see it. Do we have the prop cop song? No way. All right, let's hear it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because we have something. I have a special treat for you. It's got to go on social media. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hell yeah. Dude, this is incredible. All right, y'all ready for this? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That looks so much like all of us. You got neon perfect, dude. Like almost to a T, man. That's right. That's right. Here to save the day. Here to save the day. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Kick the door on a payout delay. So why you go from day to day? Consistency.
Oh, that's great. The shorts, they really, I mean, it's hot out there. Us stopping, you know, traffic all day, pulling people over for breaking prop rules. Listen, the shorts, it allows your inner thighs to breathe. It gets sweaty down there, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the aerodynamics of that. Fuck yeah, dude. Look who doesn't skip leg day. Look at these bros here that do their squats. Jesus Christ, man. Look at this. We don't skip leg day here. Not at the not down here at the precinct. That's kind of hot. Yeah, that's what people I'm not gonna lie. So it's a little sexy. We all kind of look like George Michael. I kind of look like George Michael a little bit, somebody said. Damn, bro. We when we're not busting prop criminals, we're doing squats in the backyard. Reno 911. Yeah, 100%. Very underrated show, man. That whole group, that group that they did the state and the Wet Hot American Summer, that whole comedy group, man. The ones that did Reno. They're also funny. Michael Showalter and all those folks. Reno was such a good show. Y'all watched The State right when they were on MTV? Which is like their first big thing they did. Early in the 90s. It was a sketch comedy show on MTV. It's Louie! I wanna dip my balls in it. Y'all remember Louie? I don't know if y'all ever... Oh yeah, I'm Doug and I'm out of here. That's funny. Yeah. That is a really, really good cast. Michael Ian Black and Showalter and Thomas Lennon. Because he was like, Thomas Lennon is what really just made Reno 911 just something else. And like Joe Latrilio is like one of the, like he's he doesn't get a lot of, like, everything he's in, he's funny. If you guys ever watched Joe the Triller, he was in that. He was in do you remember that I Love You Man movie with what's his face in it? He's the one that was like at the gym. He's like, give it everything you got. Give it everything you got. That guy. He's hilarious. He was also in Role Models when they were the LARPers, and he was that's such a good song, man. I love it. He was like, Rub-a-dub-dub. Good morning to you. Paul Rudd. Remember when he said rub-a-dub-dub? What the? Dude, I was cracking up. Hail Xanthia! Hail Xanthia! That movie is, dude, I watch that movie like whenever I want just to pick me up. Can't BS the BSer. Let's go, Galaxy. Let's go. Here we go, Galaxy. There we go. Boo, sit down. Oh, there we go. Trade is green. All right. All right, all right. Well, glad I hung in there, but I only have 10 contracts instead of 16. We did an overshoot MHP. Polarity split, but we're not getting the stocks pushing with it, but this is all NVIDIA. Like I said, I usually like to trade what NVIDIA's, I mean, NVIDIA is a stock market these days, so if NVIDIA is going to lose MHP, I was going to jump out of it, but without the glasses is badass mathematician Batman, and with the glasses, I'm just your average Clark Kent. Again, this is it's gonna crawl if it moves. Again, we don't have the entire stock market behind this. I probably should be like, you know what, I'm lucky. Let me just take what I got. What do I want to do here? What do I do, chat? What a weird bit of travel here on NASDAQ. Best case scenario goes here and I cut out. Like I said, I'm not. For whatever reason, today it does not feel stupidly bearish, right? For whatever reason, the flow feels bullish. Here we go, Galaxy. Here we go. You're so far up on your Weeble, this feels illegal. Bro, like an hour ago, you were up like 230 points. Like how much are you up now? Give me some of that. I'm jealous. I'm down 500 bucks. See, I'm saying, this is not the support I want. I actually hate this trading day. I'm just gonna like lose 1,500 bucks and call it. Like I said, I don't have the support I need. Meet my breakfast. I pulled out. This is dumb. That's okay. Not every day is a good trading day. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, look at my luck there. Whatever. There's some news coming through. This is happening. Yeah, I don't have a good luck in the market. The minute I close out. Let me see anything going on in the news here. Talks won't happen until the 5 conditions are met. Iran. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a dumb trading day. So I don't have any desire to, like, even though I should be long here and hold on to it. The fact that we're losing MHP, and there's war headlines, it's a coin flip whether I make or lose 20K today, I feel like. So, well, technically speaking, if it wasn't in the middle of a war, I would just hold on to this, make or break, and let it ride. The conditions have changed, so my every single time philosophy, I'm kind of cutting back on that. All right. Again, I'm flat, just chilling. Um, I think it was smart to bail. I don't know. It doesn't feel bearish, but like it's not that I'm worried about it being bearish, and I'm worried about just news coming out being stupid. So. I guess, yeah, like I said, whatever happens today, the bull side might still be the play. I just don't feel, other than Nvidia moving up, that it's safe enough for me to want to engage for a fast enough move that I don't get swept up by the news. Like any news event can just be, and it's not worth it. Wow, there is somebody that came up with the same solution. I'm now finally reading my Twitter. It seems that TPT is mistakenly counting partial fill as long as the individual HFT bot trading. You're trading 10 micros on 5 accounts, this adds up quickly. I think that somebody else has come to the same conclusion I did. I'm now finally reading the comments. That post I made yesterday blew up. Holy crap. Thank you guys for submitting. All right, you guys. We'll see. I think we solved the TPT issue. I think a lot of people are coming to similar conclusions. Oh. Yeah, just use market orders, guys. That'll solve the problem. Like their bone. Yeah, this is a day that's not really giving much, not really giving much to us. A day just like yesterday. Yesterday I actually did very well trading both sides of the chop. This time it's a little different because it's not really, there's not a lot of volatility out of it. Most of the stocks are selling up and Nvidia's doing okay. And so it's just want to like slow movement up. Probably gonna be a big sit out there for me, to be honest. I just wait for something to happen. You want to see the new case I got? Dude, there is actually, let me show you some cool stuff. Have y'all heard of the BTF form factor modification on ATX boards? Any computer builders in here? Yeah, I never even knew this was a thing. I've been kind of out of the loop for like a year. BTF, let me explain it to you. Back to the future, I think they call it. Look, I see something cool about this board. Get out of here. Look at this. You notice something here? You notice something here? They've now made the boards to where BTF, they put the cable connectors on the back. Look at the ATX connector on the right side here. Look at this. On the back of the motherboard, back to front, or back to front. Yeah. So now these things are like ultra clean where there's no cables touching them in the front at all. Well, I guess maybe the exception's for the GPU, but that's it. That's like the only cable that'll be coming to the front. It's about time. Like after all these years, the thing we've all wanted, right? Which is kind of cool. So the newest, yeah, so BTF, all your connections on the back. That's your two 8-pin ATX here, your 24 here, your USB over here, everything's on the back. You got your other 12 volt right here. Right here. Whoop. So the front of the case is not gonna have, you're not gonna have the cables come in like that anymore. And then the case I bought supports the whole thing too. Let me see if I can't. So this is very cool too. Watch this. This is awesome new stuff. First of all, I got all Lian Li stuff. They have their PSU on the side here. And like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right here in the back, it looks like the PSU normally is a block with the, oh, let me see if I can draw. I already screwed it in, so I can't show you. But like normally, this is so exciting. So normally a power supply, right, is just a box like this that mounts somewhere. And you got all your connectors like this, right? The new PSU looks like this. It's mounted sideways like that, but it has this weird, it has this thing like, let me draw it a little better. It has this, let me see, I can't draw a little bit better. This. It has this little wing on it that goes out to the side. Like this. So essentially it's like, it's an L, when you look above it, it's an L shaped. So it's this box with this little sort of wing off to the side right here. and all your connectors are like this on this little panel. So they basically, the board goes against it like this, and the connectors just touch the back of the board from the PSU. And it builds this little channel where, like, normally your cables would be coming out of the side here and have to wrap around and bend. But now you have this PSU that's like this. You have this motherboard that's like this with connectors on the back. And so this is behind the motherboard, which is in the front. And then your connectors just connect straight into the back of the board. Dude, it's like, after all these years, I can say technology has finally become complete the way we've wanted it to be forever. That's hella cool looking. So I'm gonna see if I can't let you guys see what I'm talking about. Maybe on the backs. So you see on the back right here, hold on, right here, this bad boy. Let me turn it this way. You'll see there's like a little bit of a lip right here. It's a PSU is here, and there's a little lip where my hand is right here. These are all the connectors that go straight to the back of the board. And then so all your cables just exist in this little channel right here. And there's no running cables through and around like you used to have to do. Oh, sorry, the mic's on. No more like running cables around and through and connecting to the board. They literally just touch the back of the board like this. Cable, 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 cable. And they built the PSU with that little lip right here that all your connectors are on right here. And then there's a fan control hub that connects on this side. It's so crazy. And now fans are wireless, which I saw too. So even cooler is that the new Lian Li fans are wireless controlled. So they just have one, I'm assuming, power connector. I don't know what kind of power connector that connects to the motherboard, just or connects to the power supply somehow, or connects to the fan hub. Just one, and one powers one fan, but they're connected in an array. So you only need one cable to power 3 fans, and the controller is wireless. Used to, you'd have 2 cables per fan. So 3 fans would be 6 cables. Now 3 fans are 1 cable. Technology, man. It's getting so much cooler. Every time I buy a PC or build a PC, they've made building a PC that much more idiot proof. Can I tell you how idiot proof building a PC is these days? Look at this. When you used to buy a motherboard, you used to get this really fat book with all the different parts of a motherboard. Now, quick start guides? When have you ever had a quick start guide for your motherboard? It's not even a full book. It's like 5 pages. That's it. Put in your CPU, put in your RAM, put in your M2, put in your cooler, put in your power supply, plug in these things, you're done. What happened to like the 50-page book with the error codes and all that stuff? This is a Republic of Gamers book. They have literally made computer building down to like grandma level understanding. The IKEA of computer building, somebody said. There's not even in this motherboard the big fat book with all the error codes. There's a QR code in here, I believe. That's probably where you get it from. But I'm like, where's the motherboard error codes? They gotta be in here somewhere. Nope. Now computer building comes with a quick start guide, just like an IKEA thing. What a whole new era to be alive in. I'm so excited about how clean it's gonna look. So I got a couple neat things too, I'll show you. Open this up. So I got me this universal LCD screen, by the way. So it's just a screen, and it's going to be mounted inside the top of the top of the inside of the chassis right up here, probably above the motherboard. And it's just gonna be like a cool display screen, like here. And I can put whatever I want on it. It'll be at the PC at the top, right above the motherboard. Another thing is the fans that I have the LCD screens in the center of the fan, so you can put anything you want there. But this is pretty cool because I got the new Thermalright all-in-one, the 360 So 3120 fans, but it comes with this. I don't know if I can show you guys. Let me pull it out. Right, ruin everything in the box. It comes with this like, that's gonna be dope. So the inside of my computer is gonna have like a zillion freaking screens in it. This is the CPU cooler, but it is a curved screen from here to here that displays anything you want on it. So this is the CPU cooler with a curved screen on it. Not bad. I'm telling you, dude, every year I try to build a new computer. This time around, like between last year and this year, they've gone a long way with like making it pretty nice. But that back to front sort of thing, oh, that's cool. Wireless fans, that's probably been around a couple years, but I never had any. But I'm excited about wireless fans. It's kind of the hardest part about a computer build. Used to be organizing all your fans the right way and then getting all those cables run to your fan headers or to your controllers. Now with wireless fan controller. And I have can you have my old computer? I don't really have an old computer. I have old computer parts sitting everywhere. This is a new build for the gaming station, which I don't have a gaming computer yet. I have my laptop is a gaming computer, but I want something better and more permanent. I can't believe how simple it's become to build a PC these days. That's it. Usually when you build a computer, you open up all your parts, you get like the stack of things. And this is my first Lian Li case, and I don't like their the way that their thing is laid out. It's very very weak. You ever get like a Fantex case or something? It comes with like this color diagram. It's really nice. Color diagrams, tons of examples. This just looks like thrown together. Where'd all our viewers go? We like stepped away for a minute. All right, what are we gonna do right now? Do I have a play in this? Some days just aren't trading days, you know? Doesn't look like it's selling off. I wouldn't be shorting this. But it looks like creeping higher. It feels like this is sort of like making it. I feel like we're gonna hit 25,000 by tomorrow. It just kind of feels like it. Maybe not today. Maybe today we break highs and then try to sell and then just chill here. Very possible. About 100 points of range to break those highs and overshoot. You're gonna have to hand in the AM way too geeky getting excited for a motherboard. It's not the motherboard I'm excited about, bro. It's the cables I'm excited about. Even geekier than that. In the history of computers, I've always hated running a 24-pin ATX connector cable through the back of the motherboard, through those little grommets right there, and then bending. The old computers, you had to do a 180 bend on that fat, thick cable, and you had to shove it in there, and your fingers are raw. Every computer builder right now is going to be an amen. They remember. Used to, you'd have to bend a full 180 degrees on a cable that's literally almost an inch thick and shove it into a connector and push, and then you ruin your fingers getting it in there. And then like 3 or 4 years ago, they put the ATX, and actually maybe like 5 years ago, the ATX was this way. And so you really only had to do a sharp 90-degree bend instead of 180, which made it a little easier. But then when you looked at the front of your motherboard, you'd have like this cable that would come in and then go out and then go in and connect. It never was clean, and it always would do that. It's where it come through your little grommets there. So a 90-degree bend. Now there's no bend and there's no cable. Oh, it's gonna look beautiful. Now computers are becoming like pieces of art. They're gonna be beautiful. You know what I'm talking? You ever try to put in those old cables in there, man? Your fingers get all jacked up. There's that one little clip you gotta pinch to get it out. And when you push it in, it's like, if you don't hear it snap, it's probably not all connected, and you'll probably not post when you try to launch the computer. So you gotta push it till you hear the click, and then you're in. Ah, the old days. Your Type-C from the front panel is not working because of those little ports. Are you kidding? Oh, because of too much like bending, like the connection came off. So remember you mentioned about open price being 60 to 30 points from the close, and the market will be whatever. Can you clarify that again? I was just talking about the gap fill at that point, the distance between here. I don't think I was making any kind of technical point about that. Good cable management was a work of art. I mean, you can see my office. You can't see a single cable on the floor. Let me see if I can show you all a picture. This crazy. Let me show you guys. Let me brag a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. Let me brag on my setup here for you guys to see. I will show you what art looks like. Just wait. Okay, let me explain to you what a computer that has, now mind you, let me show you what my office looks like. And I don't think there's any good setups today, guys. I'm just chilling on this. Hold on. Trader Life. I think this is this. Let me show you all the setup. So this is my current like office. Well, when I first moved in, my old computer, when I first moved in, look at all the cables in the back right there. You can see them right there. I'll show you one more time. This is like currently my trading streaming setup, most of it at least. I've currently, that's the plant, that's the salad dressing. This is the gaming station right here. This is when I first moved in. I didn't even have the computer set up. So how do I pause this? Pause. Okay. So this, obviously you can see over there, that's the mini fridge off to the side. Currently there's a chair in that corner now. That's the old computer with the old water cooling build with the two different 2 different computers in one box. And all these cables down here are hanging out the back. And of course I got the lighting effects and all that stuff going on. And I got all the screens here and all the controls. That's what my streaming setup looks like right now. Okay. Now, let me show you something pretty cool. With all the 6 screens and all the, well, actually 7 screens, and have like, how do I open this? Oh. With all of that being said, I've got 2 key lights, 1 camera, 7 monitors, microphone, phone charger, XLR 4-track input box thing over here for my mic, all of that, and you can't see a single cable anywhere. I'm talking from the monitors, no cables. Oh, there's my back scratcher. Oh, that's where it is. Oh shit. All right, let's go. I was looking for that. There we go. That's oh, nice. Oh, it's been a hot minute, man. Oh man. Yeah. There we go. This thing's a godsend. I've been looking for this for a while. There it was. Somehow it ended up there, but all right, we found it. Okay, look, no cables anywhere. Monitor. They're all so well hidden. No cables on the floor either. Everything behind this desk is a work of art for cable management. First of all the monitor cables are run down this channel here, and vertically in the back, I have a bunch of cable channels mounted on the back of this desk. And I mean, I have like 4 layers going all the way across from here to here to here to here. And the cables go millions of directions. But you can't see a single one anywhere. And I'm talking anywhere. Even the speaker cables are hidden. This one little cable right there, there's nothing I can do about it because the mount for the key light, it's supposed to be behind this little stick, but somehow it got moved out. But yeah, the little tiny cable right here, but this is the screw that holds it in. Right? Pretty nice cable management, I would say. For me, oh man, clean office is a work of art. There you go. Ah, my back scratcher. You don't like the desk? Oh, this is a utility desk, my friend. Look at this. Let me explain to you. This I got from Crate and Barrel 10 years ago when I first started streaming. Let me explain to you this. This is just for the streaming desk. It is a thick, sturdy piece of wood right here. You see this? This is about an inch thick. So this is not just plain plywood. This is thick. This desk cost me like $5 grand. It has been working ever since then. The monitors on these mounts they weigh so much they would crack through any kind of particle board or whatever. This is like old school, thick wooden desk. And it's got this sort of compartment here that was designed for you to put like a keyboard on and pull it out. I just left it here because I usually would put stuff in here. Used to, I would run my cables through here. You couldn't see it, but then I got anal about that and I cleaned it up. What I like is it creates like a cool effect on the cable management, just like risk management. Yeah, so it's a thick, sturdy desk. You can't really get it's not cool looking. Like I have a Magnus Pro gaming desk, which looks cool, right? That's as cool as it gets for gaming desk. But for the work desk, listen to this thing, man. This thing's like a fucking tree trunk. So do I use Velcro ties or zip ties? I always use Velcro, yeah. So I have like a cable management box with all kind of stuff. So I have these like 3M clips that I can put like on the desk or behind the desk, and you just undo the clip and you can run some, it's like a little tiny, it's like this size, that's it. And you open the lid and you can run some cables through it and then clip them down to keep them kind of sturdy there. I have that, and then I use Velcro. Like everywhere I go, I use Velcro, unless it's something that's like the monitor cables, the power cables that go with them, and the video cables. Those together are thick. And for instance, like my desk has 3 holes that hold the monitors. I don't do T-arms like this because I don't like the fact that they can all move around. So I have 3 independent posts, and each one of them holds 2 monitors vertically. And like all of those cables, each monitor has 2 cables that run down that post. So those I use zip ties, and then Velcro throughout them. I use zip ties to just get them tight, and then I use Velcro everywhere else once they're tight. But everywhere else, though, man, those Velcro ties are nice. I've got like so many different sizes of them, but when people walk into the office, they go, "Wow, it looks cool." If you can see cables everywhere, it would just look messy. But aesthetically speaking, I think I have a pretty damn cool office. The inside of my computer is going to be pretty solid. Ooh, all right, our curtain people are here. We're getting curtains. Second quote. It seems like social media, once you get all the dummies to stop talking, I think a lot of people at social media are starting to like come to similar conclusions. So it would seem as if you should just be using market orders with TPT. That does make a lot of sense. So no limit orders with TPT, guys. Those partial fills can accidentally flag you. I had some people send me, like, some of y'all that are like the least likelihood of cheating. Like, I'm talking like, you know, sweet old lady send me an email. Yeah, she's over there bot trading. No. Like, I got banned. I don't really trade that much. It's the only time I ever had a trade, you know, ever, or trade or prop firm ever question anything I'm doing. And so these four orders, that's it. Flagged me as a bot. I just had a limit order. I got filled and traded like normal. Then the next day I got banned. Never took a payout, never anything. And I was like, okay, yeah, there's something here. All right, now the question becomes, as we approach MHP a second time, is that worth taking along from? I'm gonna say with what we've seen all day today, this has been just kind of a boring trading day. Have you guys been doing anything? Are the monitors stacked vertically? They are, yeah. So the way that I have it, oh, you probably can't tell from the photo, is like, let me draw like sort of this, this like 3D perspective of my desk. Okay, so we're looking straight at the desk here. I have a large, so I get all of my mounting stuff from @deck. I'm going to tell you guys, you want your desk, like when you walk in, do you want your desk to look like a fucking hedge fund desk? You want it to look really, really good? I swear, go to this site and be wowed. Nothing like it. And then get yourself modular mount from @deck. I'll just show you guys really quick. These guys are the guys, I found them. They're the people that build. They're the supplier to Citadel. Market makers and stuff. They supply Chicago and New York Stock Exchange with heavy duty multi-monitor mounts. Let me show you, again, because you know, you go on Amazon, you just get some cheap Chinese shit. So don't knock off stuff. Let me show you the modular really quick. Here it is. This is what I have. And they're giant. They're literally these heavy steel arms. And you can, the modular is, let me see if I can find like the parts here really quick. Again, I probably paid like $2,000 for mounting equipment, but I'm gonna tell you, I've had it for 10 years, never been a thing. So you get these like posts that kind of C-clamp to the bottom of your desk, and they've got these these 3 channels in them with cable running behind it. It's sturdy. I mean, these things weigh a lot, and they will hold anything without sagging, dude. Well, $1,500 for all the pieces. I mean, like the arm itself is $70. So it's like $70, $70, $70, all the C-clamps. I've got all these little ones right here. Like I have a little articulating arm, like here. And so it's just like everything being $80, it adds up when you get like, you know, 20 things. So each monitor arm, I have one of the monitor arms articulates in all directions. It swivels this way, and then you can also move it up and down. So that one was like maybe $200 just for the mount. But I'm telling you, this is like professional level stuff. Your monitor is not gonna sag. This is they make office equipment. I wanted that in my space. But it is nice. I'm gonna tell you. I almost should get an affiliate code with these guys. I recommend them so much because you don't usually go to Amazon and you'll get just like these weak little, you know, look, this is the kind of stuff they build. I mean, it's like office equipment. Oh, that's a nice video. It's good stuff. Wait, does the market selling off? A little bit of sell. Okay, I'm at MHP. Should I? Nah, I'm not gonna take the long. But yeah, so I have basically stuff like this. So I have like these monitor arms, but I don't have them mounted. I don't have a T-shaped arm. I have basically a little bit of overkill. They have these T's. I don't trust them. What I actually do is I do something different. I want my shit to be sturdy. I don't do the T thing. I have 3 vertical posts, one here, and one here. And so these monitors are mounted straight on. These monitors have an arm like this, and they mount this way, like this. So basically, like, they're not all putting weight on the same thing. And the reason I did this was because I wanted it to be sturdy. I didn't want, like, if I kick the desk, I didn't want the monitors to like do this. Like if I hit the desk, it doesn't move at all. Like everything is anchored vertically. So I like it like that. So I got 3 giant posts that hold it up like that. And then of course on the back, I've got like my lighting here and then my camera here, sort of thing, lights and camera. Yeah, it's sturdy. It just looks cool. I'm gonna tell you, as much as it just sounds hilarious, worth every penny. You know, those arms being like each one of those poles is like 80 bucks. And then each of the C clamps is probably like another 50, 70 bucks each. The clamp itself is just this giant heavy clamp and it screws in like super tight. You can hit this thing and it doesn't move. I'm such a great artist. Thanks, man. If the trading thing doesn't work out, I'll probably go back to art school, you know. But yeah, AdTech, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to spend the money, your home office will look sick. If you have a recording studio or a film studio and you just want it to look cool, you don't want to have like the nicest working stuff. You got some like freaking Chinese Amazon, you know, aluminum shit arms holding your computer up. Very nice. But yeah, they like the products were just, let me see what I'll tell you what I have. So arms, desk and wall fixings. So yeah, this is the big, actually no, I have F clamps. I got rid of the C clamps. Yeah, I have actually F clamps now. So each of the clamps are like 50 bucks, just the clamp alone. But look at how much surface area you get screwing that in right here. You see that? So this thing is heavy duty. And so yeah, 3 of those will run you 150. The poles will run you 80 bucks a pop. And then each of the articulating arms are going to be different prices. So like this one, 200 bucks for the long swing. The one that I have that articulates in all directions, this is 159 here. So yeah, it adds up. You get yourself, you know, 4 of these for the wings. That's 800 bucks. And then the middle one is 150. That's 950. I wasn't making that up. The center mount is here. That's another 100 bucks. There's 1,000 right there. The 3 poles, 90 bucks each, and the 3 clamps, 50 bucks each. It's $1,500 of mounting gear. Yeah. How do you connect all your monitors? I just showed you. I have 3 of these posts right here. I have the tall ones, the large ones. So they have stackable modular ones that can stack on top of each other. And actually, I think I have the medium tall posts. Let me think. And they don't make them in black anymore. I don't think 20 inches. Hold on. No, I have the large ones. I have the tall ones. So I have like 3 of these things, dude. Hold on. And I think there's a trade setup coming here. So I kind of want to watch the screen really quick. Liquidity pocket down below. So I have the tall post here, which is 30 inches tall. I have 3 of these posts. So on my computer, they're all 3 of them attached to the back of the desk. This one has an arm that just swings out this way and an arm that swings out this way. This one has an arm that swings out that way and swings out that way. This one has an arm that goes like all directions and it articulates this way and it swivels this way. So it's full swivel, full tilt, full up and down. So it's a full articulation. That way I can raise it and lower it to show my camera and stuff. And then this one's just mounted directly on the bracket. So the center monitor is just mounted straight on the post like that. So I have basically like 3 F clamps, and that's overkill, but I wanted them to be individually mounted because these are 27-inch monitors and they were kind of heavy at the time. Newer monitors aren't so heavy, but I've had the same ones for like 8 years. So they're still good. I don't want to get rid of them because they're made with a matte screen finish, which I like. 2K monitors with matte screen, they don't really make them anymore. It's better for glare, so I'm keeping these things till they die. But I wanted them sturdy because they were heavy, and I didn't want to put like a T-arm on it. Now the T-arms are pretty good, but I still like the independent, because what it also lets you do is, you know, you can run the cable straight down. You get 3 little cable channels, and it makes it just look really clean. So that's how I have it. Three of those, 3 of the clamps, 4 of those arms, 1 of the full articulating arm, then 1 of the center pieces. And then I have a little piece over here that's also this little guy right here. This one articulates in all directions as well and swivels and tilts. And it's a smaller version of that I had my tablet on, so I can write on my tablet. See how sturdy this thing is? Dude, it's nice. I mean, you're gonna pay a lot of money for it, but you're gonna feel like you work at a hedge fund. Holy shit, what's going on? What did y'all do to my stock market? Boys, what's going on here? What did y'all do? Iran's nuclear power plant has been struck again. Should I buy the dip? Should I buy the dip? What are y'all doing to my stock market? Should I buy the dip? Oh, I'm glad I'm out of the... I gotta make any money today. How much are we falling there? 440, so 140 points. Should I buy the liquidity pocket for the balance or what? What do y'all think? Should I buy the pocket? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, that AdTech stuff has been pretty solid. I've had it for probably since I started streaming. I think I discovered them in like 2017, 2018, maybe somewhere in there. Should I like buy the pocket or what? Like let's just throw 2 contracts at it and then cross our fingers. And then I'll build, dude. I'll have 2. I'll get 2 more, and then I'll buy like 30 down in here. 10 and 20. Like, let's just build. Why the hell not? Fuck this market. That's what I'm saying, dude. I was getting iffy feelings about it earlier. We have a pocket on NASDAQ. See, I'm telling you, in markets like this, I know half of y'all probably tuned out because you're like, he's not making a trade. I'm trading while I'm talking about my computer. I'm trading while I talk about computer mounts. I'm never not trading. I said, I'm going to wait for something to happen to respond to. I'm always trading up here, waiting for an opportunity, not trying to force something, but waiting. And look, this is an opportunity, just like the earlier one. I'm at the right spot, whether I'm wrong. Again, I'll just be wrong small. Iran's nuclear power plant has been struck again. All right. It's time to catch a falling knife, baby. Hey, look at that, baby. I've made money today. We're green. $450. I get my scalp. My 60-point scalp. I've made $181 for the day. I made some money. See, just wait. Just wait. I traded back to hedge pressure, but just resistance. With negative hedge pressure resilience. Just the pocket trade. I've bought iDoc, Omakase for tomorrow. Look, had I put any different risk on this, it would have made a little bit more, but I don't care, right? Trading is about waiting and striking when needed. It makes all the sense in the world. Could it rally back up today? Sure, but this is a stupid day. But hey, at least the winning streak continues. It'll be all right. How did I make that 100K yesterday? I did not. I made 65. Don't let me lie to you. It was 60 something. Maybe somebody here remembers. Maybe 65, 68, 63, 6,000 something. Let me, actually, I think I tweeted it. Not, they make 100, but it was a 60-er. 63.9. Thank you, thank you. I got that knife like a champ. I mean, it hit bull zone bottom. That's really strong support with this influence. Like, this is what I'm saying. I mean, you can see how good Rocket Scooter tools are. Look, resistance, 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 and then your support cluster is here. Do you see the word support? It's not just catching a falling knife. It's literally where the liquidity is. I mean, that's what our tools are designed to do. S&P, same thing. S&P on the same point. Through all of this, we know liquidity pockets, support, bear zone, bull zone is always a pivot. Every single time I buy the dip, I have a song that's called Every Single Time. When this ratio is greater than half and the stocks are bullish, you buy that dip every time. It always looks like I'm catching a falling knife, but it's not a falling knife. The market's just, it's called a liquidity test. Market's testing liquidity. That's exactly what it's doing. Huge sell imbalance, and the market is looking for the buyers, and there's always going to be buyers in a liquidity pocket. Always. This trade, when this is greater than half, works 90% of the time. My bread and butter. You made 2K on the bounce. You're now up $5 today. Derek, bro, you take your $5 and I'll take my 180 and we'll pull it together and we'll buy beers for the group. We'll take like, we can't buy a lot, but that's a good night out. We'll go watch some football or something, and we'll have football now, but we'll go watch some basketball. Buy a bucket of beers. We're done for the day, bro. No more trading. We're out. That was enough for me. That was enough excitement for 1 minute. Now we're hit up MHP. Like I said, this is just ridiculous, right? No reason. Again, this big old flush there. An old school keg party. Dude, we can get a keg. What's the going price of a keg right now? You can get a good keg for about, with inflation, yeah, about 170 bucks at the high end. Bro, we're in. That's, dude, with the $186 that we have, it's 170 bucks for the keg and $15 the tip the delivery guy. Wait, Gabe made $67? How is it that all of us made like 50 and 100 bucks today? Y'all are all doing different trades too, I bet. That's so funny. All of these, everybody show me your tiny P&L today. 80 bucks here. My initial trade was 16 S&P contracts, and I just grabbed 2 NASDAQ on that dip. Yeah, because I was grabbing the dip, so, and it was falling pretty quick. Didn't make any sense to put too much on it, but 6K. Okay, Empire, show off, whatever. Freaking show offs over here. See Wizen over here with this 5,000 points, I bet. Hey babe, what's up? Look what I found.
Oh. Turn time.
Using 6 and 12 contracts on me. Wait, how much did you make, dude? You will come and pay for everything. You think you probably did okay? I want to know how many tens of thousands you made today, dude. See Wisden over here crushing.
Would you like to buy off-market fabric? Actually,
what off-market? Where'd you get this from?
I'm just kidding.
The fall for truck?
I want this. This is what they've done for another client.
Let's do it.
this fabric here with the sheer
Right.
in the middle, but the rod. I love the gold rod being there.
Yep,
Is
that's
that
it.
okay?
Yep.
Because I know I was telling him he doesn't like the rod
You're not. Are you not going to do the, what was it called, the channel thing? You want the actual
I
rod?
want the rod to be seen because it matches. It's like a earring to a kitchen.
But don't they have like the channel is like a bar where it's inside of it?
Oh, like
the track.
Like
a track. Do they have a gold track you
there's
can
like
see?
a track like that. This is 2 tracks. And it comes out, but we don't have depth. So he's like, yeah, you don't have depth. You don't have much room from your here.
Because a track lets you mount the curtains higher because they go right up into the track. Ooh, that's kind of cool.
I mean, they do like, this is the ceiling track here.
Right. Do you want a track or do you want it to be a rod with rings?
I want a rod because I want the look. I want to see the rod. This is one.
Show me
example
with
that
the
they did.
rod.
The rod.
There's no rod. You can't see it.
Where's
me
that example that I just?
Yeah.
Here's one.
Let me see.
The rod's all the way up there.
Thank you.
How we can press please.
You want a curtain rod with rings. Like this, right?
Like that. But if that bothers you because it looks like a shower curtain, then
Hold on.
that's press another option.
Yeah. Now get whatever you want. I'm just thinking like, yeah. And they make these, look, you see the thing, what I hate about this, I don't hate it, but what I hate about it, these tiny little rings like that. And they make it some kind of thick metal where like the rings are like thicker and sturdier rather than tiny little shower curtain rings.
Yeah. We can ask them to give me options of rings.
Yeah, like something that just looks majestic and like thick. Like this, you can see when I look at this, these little, it just look like Walmart curtains, right? The little tiny rings sitting on the rod. We should get something that's like heavy duty looking. I don't like the little ring look like that. But we can do it if they have some like nice grand looking. See what I love about, let me show you. Yeah, you did a good job. See, even something like,
Okay.
let me see. Couple options here. There's the ones that go through the curtain. That's what I have up there.
Because that looks like shower curtain.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that these days. That was like cool for back in the day.
If you want to make it immobile, like since your curtains downstairs aren't going to close the light out of anyway, make it stationary. Stationary
where?
I mean, making it still like the curtains on the side of the window could be stuck there. So then they designed the rod where the fabric just like sits on the rod a certain way, and
Yeah.
you can't move it. The only thing you can move is the sheer where it covers the window, because downstairs we're
Yeah.
not really covered.
I'm cool with it as long as you don't have like old lady rings. See, the reason
Yeah.
I don't like them because it looks messy when they pile up
Yeah.
like that. But if you pick up, they can give some like really like maybe some thick ones or some square looking ones or something. It looks kind of cool in uniform.
Yeah.
Are we doing a curtain in? We're obviously doing a tall curtain in the kitchen, right?
Uh-huh.
What about the windows by the couch? Ooh, that's really nice. What is this?
That's press rods. The press pleat in the inner is the sheer, and on the outer is this. But I don't think this was designed to be moved to cover the whole curtain.
What are we gonna do by the couch?
So he gave us ideas just doing like this stationary. Stationary means the same or it moves.
Like curtains that go behind the couch?
Yeah, not curtains, but yeah, fabric decorative. So like, let me show you.
But how's it gonna fit? Because there's
He
no.
says if you can move the couch forward
No.
2 inches,
No, we can't.
then
We can't move the couch because there's no room. It's like 2
Very
inches.
narrow.
2 inches. I mean, yeah, but
But basically, his idea
it'll look weird. We
is that we could Roman shade. Let him paint that way. I mean, Roman, or you can put down, or you can do if you,
Whatever happened with just putting the decoration up here, like we talked about?
this
Whatever.
balances.
Yeah. And you can make it like a gold sort of decorative thing. Even if it's small, it doesn't have to be like a thick thing. It can just be like, this tall, just something that covers the top of the window.
Balance that window. Are we gonna?
It covers the plastic part of the blinds. Are we doing shade?
They're only blinds. They're blinds and oh yeah, they do shades too. I guess I can ask about the balance thing. I'm looking at their examples. Ask.
Let me see if they have something. Like, I know this is not what you're looking for, but even a small curtain, like if you just imagine like just a decorative small balance, what it does, it covers up the plastic top of the blind, and it just gives you like, and you can decorate, you can make it out of metal, you can make it out of anything.
Rather be metal than fabrics. And
Even it's right, but even here, like those shades look pretty nice. It's clean looking.
out the and that would be plastic. Having to put an ugly.
It's not ugly. It's not ugly at all. It's like it's like a no. You don't take out that. You take out the blinds. That's going to be even uglier. You're just gonna have an open box with nothing. Valance is just a decorative strip that goes above the window. It can be 3 inches tall. It can be 2 feet tall. All it does is just cover. You have a plastic piece with a bunch of strings, and then you have a gap, and then you have the wood. So all it does is just cover up the top of that. What you have there now is ugly because it's just you can see the blinds and the screws and all that stuff. So it just covers that up with. Normally they have a plastic valance, which is what we have. Like if you go look at the top, they put like a little plastic snap piece at the top of these things. You take that off and put something decorative in that place. The doors. Oh yeah. Wake up. Sit. It's not like the point is just to do something. You can't put curtains behind a couch.
Yeah.
Doesn't-
So I mean,
Get them to decorate the top of the window somehow. And leave the blinds there or do shades or whatever. But you have to put something there, add depth to that ceiling of the wall, because all it is just a giant, empty, white, ugly, empty wall. There's nothing there, right? We gotta put something there. But so curtains we can't do because the couch is backed up against the window. So it wouldn't look good. Either one, blinds or shades, whatever you think will look good. But the point is,
but
even
if we change it to a shade,
yeah, that's right. We got to do something there.
I
Imagine if you had like. Can you shut that door? I'll show you really quick. Hold on, guys. Sorry, while we're doing curtain stuff. How about we did this? Imagine you had right here. All I'm saying is like something. You have your gold curtain. Something like. Not really. Just like almost like a curtain rod with it. When I think of it like that, it doesn't have to be floral, like grandma's decorative. Maybe that's just not like here you can make him gold that matches like that. Yeah. You can, and then you can build a balance out of that fabric. You just kind of I mean, the rods are cool. Can they get square rod or rectangular rods rather than circular rods? I think like with everything that we have being like more okay. Just like whatever it's worth. Yeah, I hate like little tiny thin coat hanger shower curtain, you know what I'm saying? But if that's all they have, then whatever. I don't care too much, but I mean, it looks weird when you roll up a curtain.
I agree with
It's
you.
got like they all bunch up.
I want them. Match the
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. What do you want?
Or
Yeah.
hide them.
It's so cool the rings as long as they're thicker. Like if they had them, if they were like a centimeter thick and just like a nice like it looked nice and
Yeah.
thicker, I think it would be cool. And when you open it, they like clank together, clank, 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 clank. Like they're just heavy, you know?
Have him.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
Yeah, why not?
I'll have him.
You remember that picture that you had, AI picture?
Yeah.
You have it still?
Yeah, I did.
You
It's
should-
like
Can I look
cut
at it real
the-
quick? Watch your feet, babe. You're
It's
gonna.
pressed. It's double pleated.
There's all kind of
I
sharp
know, I
stuff.
understand.
Don't step on anything that hurt your foot. I like it thick, baby. They know it. They know what I like. Yeah, so like this. This is exactly what I wanted. Goes all the way to the top. Not all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And you see how you can see the rings here, but they're thick. Right, you can see them. They are like
Yeah.
Like-
So this is press pleats. Are you okay with press pleats?
I want it to look exactly like this,
Okay.
like you picked. And this, obviously, I mean, it can close or it can just stay right there, whatever you like. Honestly,
I want it to stay right there because there's never going to be a reason where I'll cover it because that's the
oh,
part.
so if that's the case, then they can anchor it or leave it that way where we're never opening and
yes,
closing
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Ah,
Or
I
if
like
you
it.
do close it, then they will have to design a way to make it really nice for us to tie it back.
I honestly like this idea too. Not a horrible idea. All right, guys, let me show you what we're doing. Look at this. Hold on. This is AI photo, but we're trying to build. Oh, y'all can't see this. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Trying to put curtains. This is AI, but I'm trying to put this curtain behind the kitchen table right there. That's me, but that's AI. That's what we're trying to do. The thing we're talking about are these windows right here that go behind the couch. We have no idea what we're gonna do with them. It's just this big, ugly, empty, white wall of a thing. And so AI suggested some kind of shades or whatever there. But we're trying to figure out what we're gonna do with those windows in the door there.
Okay, so I like it exactly like this, with just one rod instead of like the multiple rods.
They can do multiple rods as well. All I like about that is it goes all the way to the top, which is so cool looking. Yeah, you did a good job with this, picking these guys out.
They're coming from Dallas.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I chose them from Dallas.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta do giveaways, guys. We waited too long for this.
Sorry, guys.
No, this is cool. This is a stupid market day anyways.
Here. It stops there, and then turn the
Oh,
back.
I don't mind.
But
It's
bring this all the way to the top.
yeah, I don't know if maybe one. I don't know how they do this. It looks fine like that. I don't care. That's cool.
Just-
Yeah, but it goes all the way to the top.
Yeah,
I don't,
I'll have it do it all the way to the top.
Hell yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's
Just like that.
that's why you grabbed it because it looks like the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah. do it and tell them to go all. See, the reason they don't go all the way to the top here is because it curves in. Look at that. You know, the ceiling kind of does this.
Okay.
So we can go all the way up.
Okay, do all the way up. Rods. The back one will be here.
That's nice.
And then we don't have to have them. They can give us a fabric to just tie this back if we do decoratively, but not necessarily because it's decorative.
I would never ever tie it back. If it's on a curtain rod, you can just.
So this stay like that forever.
Yeah.
It's basically.
Because the window is small anyways. You're never gonna want to open the curtains to show more wall.
No.
Yeah.
You're right.
So.
Okay.
They can just leave it there permanently.
Okay. And we might.
That happens in this space. I feel like there's like radon or some shit that comes through here. I have strokes midstream like that too. It happens here.
What the hell?
Dude, there's some kind of fucking gamma ray burst that's coming down right here. It happens. Look at it happen to her too. I'm talking and I just.
Yeah.
It literally, it's this little circle. It happens.
Yeah. Okay.
What's going on?
I forgot. I was gonna say.
Uranium radiation. I don't know.
We don't have to have. We can always.
I'm telling you, man, it happens to me too. I literally glitched. The Matrix glitched like right here in this chair.
Let me, because I have a Mini 11. Let me just get him through.
All right, watch your feet. Don't hurt yourself. There's sharp stuff here. Watch out. Hey, good job. Yeah, you did a really good job with that. All right, time for some short. Look at this crazy market. I'm glad I made my 180 bucks. I'm solid here. Let's do giveaways, guys. What a day. What a day. Thanks for tuning in. Who here, it's been your first week here on the stream, your first day on the stream? Anybody, any first timers here? Curious? Free to ask questions. A slow trading day like this today. Our system doesn't really line up with this day. That's why I'm not hitting it too hard. You know, I've made $160,000 since last Thursday, and I made $180 today on that. So some days are going to be like this. I know I'm just talking and kind of like talking about random stuff, but I'm never not watching the market. Y'all will always know that I'm always watching the market and waiting. Just like when I grabbed that dip, that was a good example of what I was trying to do. I just didn't put much risk on it, which is fine. I'm absolutely happy having a no trade day, which is totally fine. The longs are supposed to be print. Like, what the fuck is going on? I know, right? Yeah. First day on the stream today. See me? Yeah. Oh, you guys, y'all are too funny. That's some questionable huffing and puffing. I'm telling you. ETF. Elite Trader Funding is our first giveaway today. All right, type in ETF, guys. I am now $180 richer than I was before on the million challenge. I'm currently up 500 and something thousand dollars in P&L in the challenge. So I've taken some withdrawals out last week. Just past your Phidias static. How did you like it? Like the first day, right? Like I tell you, we found out that the Phidias static was one of the highest ranked prop accounts out there. Of all firms, who would have ever thought? Phidias is a cool, nice, they have good reputation. No, but not they're smaller and growing, but all their accounts ranked in like the 5 and 6, sort of like below average. However, the static is a hidden gem amongst the prop space. If it is static, for whatever reason, they have this, it's like their accounts are mostly 5s and the static's a 10. Literally the best account. It is, when we ranked it, it was 10 out of 10. It's 1 day to pass the eval, 1 day to pass the funded. You get $1,000 bonus when you pass the funded, and it's $55 right now, I think, with the sale to get in. So it's an 18x ROI in 2 days of trading. And it's static. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? That's why our website is good. To find those hidden gems. And so the fact that we're scouring the prop sphere to find this stuff, you know, like I don't have any history trading them, so I'm not personally recommending them. It's just the data suggests. Good. The website is out for beta. If you go to our Zoom call channel and our Discord, the pinned messages in there have the link. It's for beta testing. You guys can go check it out now to look at it. And we want you guys to submit bug reports and wishlist items and stuff. It'd be very helpful. Oh yeah, super exciting, right? But the idea is we're going to find little hidden gems like that left and right. What's the catch? Don't see a catch right now. I looked online. There's no history of complaints of payout denials, nothing. So it seems pretty straightforward at this point. But the idea is that who would have known, right? Without a site like ours to do the math, would have told you that. And when I explain all the perks to you, it does make sense. Like, how can it be ranked so good? Well, 1 day to pass the eval. Well, that's great. 1 day to pass the funded. Then you get a little, then you have to get $1,000 bonus, and then you work and you go to live. And it's static. No trailing drawdown. Then you go, yeah, that does actually sound pretty good, right? You wouldn't know. And it's just like, they don't have all the platforms. Yeah, I think it's rhythmic only or something, right? You might have some downside there. But anyways, yeah, let me know if there's a catch. I think John Morocco's over here doing, taking the guinea pigs route. Let us know if there's a catch to it. That's cool. Yeah, we found the data. And so, and when you do, the perfect thing about it is you would take that information and then go to the prop website, our scoring website, and go there and then leave a review. Like, I tried this account out, blah, blah, blah. It actually was straightforward. I love it. You know what I'm saying? That's where the data is going to come in handy and be helpful to everyone else. If you're out there guinea pigging one of these accounts, like, sure, I'll just do one and see what it's like. Let us know, you know? That's going to be super important for everybody else. And we appreciate you giving it a shot. I actually love static accounts. They're so good. ETF has a really good one as well. All right, I'm gonna spin the wheel. Can't use CQG. Yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of a downside. They don't have all the connections yet. right, do the giveaway in just a couple minutes. Type in ETF. We're starting off there. We'll do Lucid and MFF today. Fantastic. All right. All right, we're gonna spin the wheel, baby doll. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Current giveaways going on right now with our friends over at ETF, My Funded Futures, and Lucid. These are our sponsors for today's giveaway. ETF is running this really awesome 80% off. They have a really good static plan, 80% off. Going on right now, but 80% off all of their plans. Usually pretty good once they have an 80% off sale. That's like the threshold when it becomes hyper competitive with the rest of them. So this is a good time to jump in on that. They have half price on their direct to funded accounts as well. We give away one of their end of the day drawdowns, one of the first ones we do here on the giveaway side. After that, we do have a Lucid giveaway, which is 40% off of any eval, up to 5 per trader using code Rocket Scooter. Both of those are code Rocket Scooter. And of course, My Funded Futures, ton of good stuff going on right now. 38% off their rapid plan. Very rarely is My Funded Futures. I love them. You guys know I work for My Funded Futures. I love them to death. Kind of cheapskates though when it comes to the deals, but their prices are already super low anyways. Although it would be great to have deal more often. They don't really do it that often, but when they do, it's great. And when they do, it's like 10% off. And today it's 38%, which is fantastic. Rapids are one of the highest ranked accounts in our ranking system. My Funded Futures is ranked as the second highest prop firm in the scoring system. And that's going on right now, 50K rapid plan for 97 bucks. All three of them giveaways today. You guys can check it out. Like the song gave in super chat. Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna play that. Hold on. Let's do it. Hold on. My bad. Let's play it. Yes, sir. Let me hit you up really quick. Thanks for reminding me. I get so busy. It is cool. Is it the Pivot to Profit song? Yes, sir, Kyle. I see it, man. Let's go. Thank you for your dono, buddy. Why didn't I play it earlier when you did that? My bad. I feel like I disrespected you. I want to play it every day now. I got interrupted by something. Apex, can I check the Apex static, did you say, or ETF static? The old Apex static account, the original one they had an overall score of a 5.23 out of 10. Apex's accounts are between 5 and 6.5. They're essentially bottom of the barrel. If you were to trade a static, Phidias is the best static out there. ETF is the second best static out there. Apex static is an absolute waste of money. 5.2 is so bad. That's a 0. Yeah, 5 is 0. Phidias is 25k account. Yeah, bro, this song is good, man. This is an absolute banger, man. I like this one. Is Bourbon won yesterday? Nope, skipping Bourbon. Is it Pegasus? Is it Dirk? Is it Johan? Is it Bill? Oh, this is like watching The Price is Right, dude. How do you rate Lucid? Lucid is ranked on our website as the third highest score. It's TPT, My Funded Futures, Lucid, Funded Next, Tradeify, Apex, Top Step. Gone from memory here. ETF, Phidias, and then Futures Desk. We don't know yet because we have to create they have a whole different plan, which is straight to live. They can't be ranked with the rest of them because they don't have evals. So the score is missing. That's why it puts them at the bottom of the list, but they're not bottom of the list. They need their own category because they don't have an eval to funded, then to live. They have eval to live. So they're missing one half of their score. That's why the ranking put them lower. We don't have a combination for them yet. So Futures Desk, currently unranked. But yeah, so the fact is that the Big Ten, you guys didn't know that Top Step ranks at the bottom. It literally ranks at the bottom of the Big Seven. Apex ranks higher than Top Step. That blew my mind. Well done, Johan. Congratulations for the win. Let's do one more in a second here. We're gonna do our Lucid giveaway. We got to knock these out because I got to go in a little bit. Type in Lucid if you want to get it on this one. Rip Top Step. Yeah, like the truth is out. Top Step ranked below all the big ones, and they would beef all the time with My Funded Futures, so not even close. It's not even close to score. Like, let me show you. I will show you. I'm not making this up. Allow me to show you the ranking here. Now, this is the beta site. You can't access it yet unless you're in the beta. But prop score ranking by firm. It ranks the firm's best account in the firm. TPT 150K end of the day drawdown is the top ranked account, period. I've traded them. I love them. I've taken so much of my payout from this account right here from TPT. Number 2, where's my beta boys at? Beta boys in the house. Number 2, My Funded Futures 50K Pro. That's their flagship account. Number 3, Lucid Pro 25K. Come in here. Anything above 9 is considered spectacular great. Great is 9 or above. Funded Next 8.4. 8 is average. So anything above 8 is good. So 8.4, great. Tradeify 6.3. Apex 6.2. Top Step 5.8. Elite Trader Funding 5.1. Phidias 5.0, except for their static, which again is not ranked here because we're going to put Phidias and Futures Desk at their own categories. Static's going to have its own ranking. End of the Day's have its own ranking. Trailing Drawdown will have its own ranking. And then Eval to Live, Straight to Funded, they're going to have their own categories. So currently they're not in the beta, they're not all ranked correctly, but as it is what it is with these end of the day drawdowns, you can see the clear winner is. Question, do you guys, is this surprising to any of you? The order, this is how you know our math system is right. It's ranking them based on what you guys would probably have ranked them, right? That's how I know we had a good, I was so excited to see the data go in there because I was kind of curious what it turned out to be. Well, ETF has issues with their like consistency and payouts and stuff and the costs and the rules. Like ETF's rules are a little hurting them, and I'll show you what the difference is. You love the ranking system, but the kind of cool thing is that mathematically it kind of came out what we expected. And the surprise is Top Step is worse than Apex. Who would have ever thought that? And here's why. Like, you can see over here why the rankings are. So the 5-point scoring, you can see when I go to the top, you can see Take Profit has a 10 on ROI value. I mean, you can get huge payouts to Take Profit, right? Very quickly on one day. A huge drawdown per price, so it's a big account size you get. The simplicity is very easy, like no crazy rules. Other than the fact that this trailing drawdown, it's only one day, so you don't even have to think of it like that. It's you're out of that in one day. What goes into the ROI value score? It's how much you're expected to get on return for the money you put in against the expected failure rate of that account. You can program in your own failure rate here, or you can use the default model, which you have a default model that matches the firm's failure rate model. And so ROI is what's your expected return against your trading stats for what you put in. Like how much money you put in to get an expected payout. If you fail 10 and win 1, then that is your input. And then you get your potential payout, that's your output. And we model it like that against the expected failure rate of the account plus your trading parameters. So ROI score is all things being equal, the way you trade, what's the ROI you're going to get. Do the firms tell you the failure rate models? I've talked to firms enough to know exactly their failure rate models are. Yes. They don't tell you, but I'm the champion of reverse engineering. I figured out exactly how these firms work. There's been enough firms that have published data, like Top Step. There's been enough firms that I've talked to that have said the same thing. So the prop firm failure rate model is pretty consistent across the board. Anyways, look, TPT ranks really high. You got a MyFunded future. See how it's like ranked really well. Good simplicity, no DLL, no consistency on funded. Reviews are really good. You get big fat accounts with big fat drawdowns for the dollar you spend, and the ROI is pretty good. You get big fat payouts there too. Lucid, where Lucid really shines, which is crazy, is Lucid has a lower ROI. You see this? Lucid is a smaller payout, but a quicker payout per dollar you spend. So Lucid's score is actually weighted for the fact that you get your payouts faster. Do you guys like the idea of this site? It tells you why. So big payouts quick, big payouts, easy rules, big fat account, easy to pass, quick to pass, medium ROI, but very quick and easy to pass. Funded next. All around pretty much the same as Lucid. They're almost exactly the same. I was surprised at that. Lucid is slightly better on the ROI, which is why it goes a little higher on the score. Tradeify. Tradeify's weakness is the lack of simplicity. Tradeify is basically like Lucid, but harder. Harder, you've got DLL and consistency on these accounts. So Tradeify is harder, the score is lower. We know that. Apex, all around, has no redeeming qualities anywhere. Apex is almost shit across the board and average at its best thing, which is, again, we take the review score from Trustpilot. You guys put your own reviews in here for a second. Apex, difficult, trailing drawdown, and consistency, and DLL. ROI value, very small payouts for the amount of failure you're going to expect it to have against that difficulty. It's a huge investment to get a payout from Apex. You don't believe the math, believe Brian Stock. They put him on blast on how much he had to pay in to get the big payout. Apex is going to expect you to put in a lot of money because you're going to fail a lot to eventually get your money back. Brian just crushed Apex because you know how to beat the system. Hats off to him. But this is why you're expected to lose a whole lot. This is Apex's new rules. Their new rules we program it in immediately. So no redeeming qualities, they're new rules. The ROI is horrible. The drawdown per price is a pretty decent, but their best quality is the drawdown you get, and it's still only an 8. You get a better drawdown with Tradeify, a better drawdown with Funded Next, a better drawdown with Lucid, you get a better drawdown with MyFunded, you get a better drawdown with TPT for the money you spend. Apex, you get smaller accounts for the money you spend. Crazy, right? And then price per time in market. It's very expensive daytime wise, like how many days you're expected to trade. So the fact is this little grid shrinks very quickly. And Top Step, the reason its score gets nuked is because the ROI value is almost worst in class. The amount of money you're expected to get from the amount of failure you put in is very low. While Top Step is a lot easier than Apex and a quicker path to payout, the very, 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 very bad ROI value is what puts Top Step lower. One of the biggest parts of the overall score is the ROI you get per dollar you spend against the time in market against the failure rate of that account. And every firm is normalized in a way that none of them are considered any differently on those failure rates. It's a normalized default failure rate model that every firm uses. Okay. You're allowed to type in your own failure rate here, and it will use your own stats to re-rank it. So I could come in here and say, you know what? I fail 5 times before I pass an eval. And then once I go live, I fail 3 times before I get payout. You put your own failure rate in there, you can just tell it. And then it will re-rank the firms based on your own stats. Under certain conditions, other firms rank higher. It's pretty neat how this works. So if you're really, 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 really solid at trading and you never lose, Tradeify turns out to be one of the better ones. But in no way, shape, or form do these numbers make any of these other firms change. As a matter of fact, if you're very, very, very good at trading, if you pass really quick, you pass Apex becomes the last placed one, right? So anyways, that's kind of what the cool part about this is you can actually ask it your own questions. Say that, and that's based, like if I were to say I have a 50% win rate, I trade 2-to-1 trades, but I lose a lot. I lose a lot. What's the best firm, right? And then it ranks them out for you based on that. It affects the failure rate model, difficulty, all of this. This is coming out. It's live now for beta. It's releasing basically early April for everybody else. We can't give out the link yet, but if you are in our Discord, the link has been given to you as part of the beta test. So in our Zoom call channel in our Discord, you can access the page, but we're not giving out the link right now because we don't want the public to use it until we're finished with it. Currently, our own Rocket Scooter users are beta testing it. So if you are in our Discord, you can access it now and play with it, make an account. It's completely free. And you can do that now. Mike made a song. It's always risky to play it. But yeah, but we invite you to go check it out in the beta test if you'd like. So when you put in your own failure rate stats, you're giving it a failure rate model. And so certain stats work very well with certain accounts. Believe it or not, that's the whole point. Does it take into account promo pricing? Yeah, Blaze, every single thing. So the price, when we put in the promo, the price affects the ROI value, right? So every single thing that is in there is accounted in the model. Every single rule. Every drawdown limit, your contract scaling, your P&L, is there consistency? Is there DLL? Can you flip accounts? Can you news trade? Are there subjective payout rules? Are there rigid payout rules? Are there invasive payout rules where they make you send videos? Everything adds or subtracts to the score. Relentless Justin, baby. Pick it up. So everything, every deal in real time. So every morning, my employees, they're in charge of updating the site with the current deal every morning. And I've talked to some prop CEOs already are so excited about this site because they think the prop firm aggregate site industry is a bunch of bullshit and pay for play. And I said, we're a fair math-based ranking system that will help a trader match the best prop for their best experience for their style of trading. Yeah, so, and again, other sites out there just scrape data from the web and repopulate it just to use their code. Ours is a smart shopping tool. Plug in your stats, which account is there, and then you can use it. Congratulations. Oh, he didn't claim it. Justin! Here's another cool feature. Ready? Watch right here. Say that today, I don't know, let's pick something. Say that today, Tradeify has a sale and Lucid has a sale. Which one is better because they're both having sales? This is 40% off. This is, how about let's do this. There's a 40% off here and there's a 10% off. On the surface, like which one's better? So click add to compare, add to compare. Then down here, you view the comparison and then we'll have all the data lined up for you, telling you which one's better and why according to the current sale. And it'll have everything written here, right? This is beta. We're going to clean this up and condense it with more information. Put the scores side by side. Oh, here's the difference between the two. Better ROI for take profit, but quicker path to payout with funded next. As far as the payout per time in market, cool. Which are the two accounts? This is the 25K end of the day, the 150K end of the day. Oh, okay. So this is price per time in market. Per dollar you spend is a quicker payout. And then the AI is going to explain to you the differences between the two. My developer hasn't updated this part. We recently just programmed or did the programming for the AI so to do the prompt. So the AI is going to tell you why one is better than the other. So you can say, it'll say like, well, the pros of the take profit is that it's a little bit, it's a simple account with a higher ROI. The pros of this one is that it's a quicker path per dollar you spend. And it'll say something like, you know, this is for traders who want a quicker payout. This is for traders who want the bigger bang for their buck. Just like that. What if you failed 5 evals but have not passed any? How do you input that? Default failure rate model, if that's the case. If you were to put in like, if you put in how many attempts till you finally pass, then yours is infinity if you don't pass. So you would put in like the biggest number you can. And that should do it. Now, one thing with the beta is that the scaling, the order is correct, but the scaling is not correctly including this. Again, in the beta, that's just an unfinished piece. When you change your own scoring, the firm's raw natural score is then scaled onto a scale of 5 to 10. So the scaling isn't fixed for custom parameters, but the ranking is still the same. The number will just be wrong. Cool. Okay, Upal. One more. Lucid, is it MFF? MFF. All right, last one. I'm going to reset the participantes. MFF must be typed in chat. Starting over. Type it again. How's the market looking today?
Woke up at 6, fingers on the keys, charts all spread out like a trader's tease. Bought that dip, it's getting hard to hold. Big P&L pumping, getting hot and bold. Margin stretch wide, gotta stay in control. Leverage is high, but I'm feeling whole. Shorts get squeezed, longs go all the way. I'm bricked up, baby, and I'm ready to play. Bricked up and bullish, riding that wave. Big P&L dreams, I'm feeling brave. Candles get long, positions go deep. I'm the king of the charts, no time for sleep. Oh, 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 oh. Alerts blowing up, my heart's racing too. Entries just
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Made $181 today, guys, on the million challenge. I'm inching my way there, a few pennies at a time. I'm up over 500,000 P&L and taking some withdrawals along the way. I think 700 is about the million mark at this point. 700 something. So we're getting there. We are getting there. The info doctor. All right, congratulations, all the winners here. Here's how you claim your prize. Go to my Discord, link in the description below the video. Send a message to our admin named Slacks in the contest channel. In that contest channel, he will have, that's it, guys. Slacks our admin. Send him a message with the screenshot of your YouTube ID. And then I'll hook you up with your accounts winners. Farina's typing in chat. Thank you so much for your help, Farina. An absolutely untradeable day. I'm absolutely showing you professional side of trading. A lot of trading is just bullshit noise you got to avoid. The one trade I did try to make here, I cut out practically flattish, down $1,000 or $2, and then when we dipped, I took the long and then got out with profit. You know, sometimes you can just identify that a market's not super tradable. You don't have to force a trade every time. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, Thursday, I made like 40K. Friday, I made like 40K. Monday, I made like 20K. Tuesday, I made 60K. And Wednesday, I made $181. It happens. Made 160,000 since Thursday on this live account here. This is a real money account, by the way, not a prop account. I'm not doing any prop trading right now. 30 minutes down, traded spot. Wait, listen, I see what you said earlier, bro. How much did you make? How much did you make today? Because you were up like 100, you're like 260 points before the day even freaking started, I feel like. You're like crushing it all day today. Yeah, didn't you say you were up like 200 something points this morning? Yeah. 21K? Jesus, man. That's good. I can barely buy a beer keg. I'll glass my to the million. I'm over the halfway mark. So I'm a 500 and something thousand profit. So I need 500,000 more. Or 400,000 more. I'm between 5 and 600. Probably closer to 6, I think about it. Because I didn't add yesterday. So I need to make I need to get to 700 or 800, somewhere in there to get to the million. That's a million P&L, by the way. Earlier, I was telling people I'd just take the account to $1 million. If I was taking it just to $1 million, then it would be 700,000. But if I go for $1 million P&L plus the starting point, then I have to go to 800,000. So somewhere in there. So originally it was 900,000 profit, but I'll just go for the million profit. Do I use force trade? I don't know what that is. What is force trade? Together we can buy a few kegs through kegnog time. Sounds good to me, man. You blew a funded account. Today was the last day until payout. Dude, that is the worst feeling in the world. To blow it on the last day. That sucks. I feel you. I've been there plenty of times. About to take a 10K payout after your market closes today. This is your biggest payout to date. Planning on putting it into Tradeovate brokerage to trade. Thoughts? Very nice, man. Okay, couple things. I can't give you investment advice. I'm just your friendly internet stranger who you have to assume all the worst things about before I tell you this. So don't let me sell you on an idea. Just take it with a grain of salt. If that is a lot of money to you, divide it up into tiny pieces to trade in your live account. The goal of transitioning to live trading is to learn that environment too. It's different than props. And you learn trading. This is my, again, just take this with a grain of salt. When your account starts here, and this is 0, you learn the most about your trading like when your account is like down in here and you're like, oh my God, I'm losing. Okay. Whew. All right, I'm making money. Okay, fine. I'm good. Holy crap, I'm losing. I'm going to blow up. And then here it's like, oh my God, please help me. This is my only time of trading. I can quit my job. Please save me. Whew. Okay, I'm good. What do I do? Oh, I'm finally out, right? Like the part where you're like on your hands and knees, bargaining, begging, praying, right? You find out this is where trading education comes from. That's just a waste of time. So here, right? So if you take your 10K and you chunk it up into like $1,000 pieces or $2,000 pieces, you get to go to school 5 times with that 10K. Rule number 2, the minute you put that $10,000, class, what do I tell him? Tell him what I tell you. When you put that $10,000 into a trading account, tell him what he needs to hear. Everybody tell him. Tell him the hard truth. Everyone type it. Type it now. Tell him. It's gone. Once it goes in that trading account, you're never going to see it again. This is why this is very important. It's gone. Treat it like it's gone. The minute it touches that trading account, it's gone. You're not getting it back. You're not good yet. Don't worry. That's not an insult. We've all been there. The minute it goes in, it's gone. The reality of trading on your own is to tell yourself how you want to lose it for the best bang for your buck. That education I taught you about splitting it up, giving you multiple times to get on your hands and knees to pray, is your best possible way of learning this game. In a worst case scenario, if you put in 1,000 and you double and triple it, take some of it out and keep padding that account with that money, right? Your mentality should be that whatever touches that account, it's gone. The minute it hits the account, you're never seeing it again. And don't be like, well, maybe I'll be good. Yeah, maybe, right? Over time, it's gone. You'll whittle it down to 0 at some point. The goal that I teach people is once you transition to real trading, it's how you lose that $10,000. I'd rather lose that $10,000 in $1,000 chunks 10 times than lose it on a single go. Again, I'm just your friendly neighborhood stranger. Assume I know nothing about what I'm talking about. I'm some crazy scam artist that's just terrible at trading. Assume the worst. Don't let me manage your money. I don't legally have a license to. I'm just your friendly stranger that will tell you when you transition to live, whatever goes in that account is probably gonna be gone. So treat it with that knowledge and you will trade differently from the start. It's all about how many times you learn. You're trying to grow an account. The size doesn't matter. If you can grow $1,000 or grow 10,000, if you grow an account, you're talented. The goal is to learn how to grow the account. What I normally do is I'll take whatever money I have, put 1/10 of it in. If I double that, take half of it out. Then you're back to start. If I had 1,000, take it to 2, take 1,000 out. Get 1,000, take it to 2, take 1,000 out. 1,000, take it to 2, take 1,000 out. You got money sitting on the side. If you have the 1,000 and blow it up, you had your praying to God education, and then you got house money to play with. Put 1,000 back in. If you learn to rotate your money in and out like that, you slowly start to scale once you get used to doing it. And then you get to me, where I am. Here's me. I'm gonna put in 100,000. Let me take it to 200. Take 100 out. 100, take the 200. Take 100 out. Each year you do this, that same thing. I still do the same thing I'm telling you, just on a bigger scale. I do exactly what you're saying. 100,000 in the account. I took it to 5 and then took 300 out. It's on the side. If I blow up to 200 I left in there, I've got 300 on the side to play with. I'm never ducking into my funds. Does that make sense? And the goal is to treat it like the money is gone, because really you're just trying to learn how to do it under the pressure of a real account. The reason why you treat it like it's gone is just like when you pay your tuition for school. You're like, that money's gone, but at least I'm gonna get an education out of this. And if you treat trading like that, You're not sitting there hoping that this turns into any kind of money. That 10K is about to buy you the best education you've ever had in trading if you treat it right and prolong your exposure to the market with it. Again, friendly stranger advice, take it or leave it. But everyone here, that's what I teach in the boot camp. Tremendous difference that people have doing stuff like that. Prolonging that money as long as possible. Cutting it down. So that's a cool trick. You don't have to listen to it. You don't have to do it. But when I tell you that your education comes from the last couple of moments for that account hit zero, shit hits the fan, you lose it, you look at your bank account and you're happy you got $9,000 still sitting there, right? It doesn't feel like you got kicked in the stomach as hard. So you don't go back the next day. The reason is if you lose that $10,000 in one bite, what it does, if you lose it the first day, oh, I gotta go. Shit, I gotta go. You lose it the first day, you get so gun shy that it changes you psychologically. You're so scared of the market, you can't even act. Like you learn to be too scared to take risks, so you don't do it. And that's the problem. If you lose too hard, too fast, it kind of makes you a pussy. That's really what happens. The next day you come in, you're too scared to trade. Don't ever let that happen.
Sure, Tom participated.
All right, I gotta go.